It is I, the snake. I have brought a creature with me today.
Hey.
I didn't hear that yet. I need to do the joke again. I'm sorry. I also forgot to put to turn my face on. They can hear you now, I think. If I did this right. The
Help.
creature has been obtained.
I saw face inventory from the inside. Help.
I don't fit. I don't have enough slots for an entire person.
Why was there an entire sheep in there?
I played Dust the Elysian Tale the other day. That's why it's still left over. Yeah. Ah, there you are. Why are all of your icons always facing left? I mean, it's because Niash made them like this, but I need to flip them every time. That's what irritates me. Anyway,
why does that look wrong?
You're covering my chat very good. Hold on. Let's make you bigger. Huge.
Huge.
Hi. Okay.
Oh, I like the just peeking into the frame.
I mean, this is about as funny as what I did when you were here in person and we played It Takes Two.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I'm not sure if I still have that. Hold on. Ah, the image desynced because I switched to drives. Big sad. I don't have it anymore.
Big sad.
But it was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, hello.
Hello.
We're done here. We're done with time nodes. We've been done with time nodes for 10 minutes. Yes. There's way too many of these items. Because they're always overgather. Oh, speaking of overgathering, let me just, Oh, nope. I need to do that first. Let me just get some electro coal. What is that? What is that item name? Square? No! No, just
It's coal. That's electric.
The note despawned my GP. Cringe. Anyway, did Limp trade you, Mythbrand? The blue?
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise,
Pre-blue.
I would have had to go and gather fish. I still need to go gather stuff, but you know. Yeah, the theory reduction, right? That's a mechanic. Way. Behold. Item creation. Beautiful. Alright.
You want a spell speed materia 11, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The plus 18 kind. As much as you have. I need too many. I still need to finish, like, a couple of overmelds. I can theoretically skip the ring. Because I'm replacing it next week anyway with a tome ring.
I have 31, but I will buy 19 more, so I have 50.
Yeah, so based on my recent luck with these, they might just evaporate instantly, but we'll see.
But I'm there. Am I not a lucky charm?
I mean, you kind of are.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do usually have better luck when you're around. Because you suck up all the luckend.
Ah, yeah, sure. The
Yeah.
luckend.
Yes. Luckend.
Which fantasy universe was talking about the Blackened?
The Blackened?
Was it a fantasy universe?
Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. I mean, kind of. You might be thinking of Danganronpa. Because the person who kills someone becomes blackened. Which does count as a fantasy universe, just not medieval.
Oh, it's definitely fantasy. Or is it science fiction?
No, it's fantasy. Science fiction needs to be rooted in current scientific understanding. Otherwise, it's science fantasy, which is a genre that's rarely discussed because people don't
space opera
make that distinction, but they should. Because science fiction historically has always involved like some amount of what people thought to be real.
Yeah, even Mass Effect uses like E0 works in a way that reduces your mass below 0.
Yeah. I mean, there's still definitely some magic sauce in Mass Effect. So,
but not officially.
There is something. So science fantasy and fantasy employ kind of the same technique. It just manifests differently. In medieval fantasy, it's like magic. The explanation for something that's impossible is magic. And in science fantasy, you have technobabble. As the surrogate explanation for why something works the way it does. You get a character that's like, oh, it's because of the ion compensator reducing the mass of the fluon particle. And then as a player, you go, ah, yes, magic, got it. That's kind of the distinctive distinction point between science fiction and science fantasy is science fiction tries to invoke real science in its explanation. Like how they are powering off the spaceships in Star Trek off of antimatter reactors. Which is theoretically possible. If you had an antimatter-based power source, it would be incredibly efficient because it would be 100% conversion of matter and antimatter by weight into energy. So pure EMC squared. It's just like something we haven't figured out how to make because making antimatter takes way more energy than you're getting out of the annihilation at the end. Right now.
I wonder how hard the magic system has to become science fiction again.
Yeah.
A very solid magic system.
Yeah. You can do a magic system that could be real, which is what I like reading and I attempt doing poorly most of the time, which is to construct a fundamental property of the universe and then kind of infer laws of magic like laws of nature from that property you introduced. Like you can say, the universe contains this.
So like the like.
And then you do science on the magic source.
Of like the ether.
Yeah. Like and then you do science on the magic source. You treat the magic source not as an excuse for your fantastical elements, but like as a base law of the universe, and then you do science to it. You're like, okay, if this exists in your universe, how could a scientist extract something from it to be useful? Like if you have floating islands in your universe, how might a scientist in universe turn that into a personal levitation device? And then you would get designs like a ring made of the crystal that makes the island float.
Final Fantasy XIV has some really strong world design.
Yeah, it's really cool if you do it this way, because it aids in suspension of disbelief. You don't just need to go like, oh, this green ring just makes you float because the law of green ring says so.
You are in Heritage Found, so
Yeah.
everything with electro,
Yes.
how it changes.
They
the,
did this incredibly well with
polarization
this
or
area
alignment of
specifically.
ether that flows through electrobe.
Mm-hmm. The like fictional science world building is especially strong in this part of the world map, because this is like that idea taken to the extreme. These people literally just did, oh, we have an abundance of magical lightning energy in the air at all times. All right, let's build our civilization around this and this magic rock we found that if you carve funny patterns into it, it does stuff. It's kind of like magic silicone in that you can make circuitry, but instead of emitting like heat and nothing else like it does in real life, it can emit water. You can make a computer that just generates water by being plugged in this universe.
Yeah. It sounds weird, but that's what happens.
They introduced a rock that can convert one type of magical energy into another type of magical energy, and then from there they just follow the laws of the magical energy they already established.
That's what I like, or
Hey,
what drew
Lomani.
me towards the Arcanist class.
Yeah. It's really cool. Okay, where you at?
Oh, I think I'm standing around in Tuliolal.
Ah. That's fine, I can teleport there for free.
How is it pronounced again?
Tuliolal.
Tuliolal?
Yes.
Tuliolal.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Tulio, lol.
I need to do Pelu quests like ever. I'm like really bad about about tribe quests that don't interest me. Like, this is how my Realm Reborn tab looks, and like, can you tell which of these factions I cared about and which of these factions I absolutely didn't?
I mean, understandable. A Realm Reborn Beast Tribe quest sucked.
Yeah. And then you have like my Heaven's War tab, which is completely done. Because they were actually good. And then there were the Mughals, but I'm a crafter, so...
in the Realm Reborn, they were called Beast Tribes. We called them
Yeah.
Beast Tribes until Endwalker.
It's societies now. Tribal societies.
Allied societies.
Yeah. Allied societies. So it's societal relations is also what the section is called.
I have to look up how it's called in...
Anyway, so Stormblood is also completely done because, yes... Shadowbringers 2, because once again, those were really good. And then in Endwalker, I kind of, lost interest in both of the DOL, DOH ones. Because, like, the storyline for the Omicrons is just really boring. And the Loperids are just too much.
Yeah.
And then there's this.
I don't remember a single Beast Tribe or Allied Tribe. Or how it's called in German, Friend Societies.
Yes.
Or Friend People.
Yes, friend people.
Friend folk. I don't remember a single good one.
Nah.
Wait. Okay, the Amalja, Sylphs. You haven't even unlocked the Amalja, I noticed.
No, I have. What are you talking about? I'm done with them.
Oh.
Yes.
I am blind.
The Amalja are
they were
the only
empty.
tribe that's done. Except for Ixal.
Vanovano,
Ixalia,
Nat,
DL, DOH.
Mughals.
If you level DOL, DOH at all, and you're not rank 7 with the Ixali, what are you doing? Because that's free XP. Like, why are you not taking it?
I think the Kitari was very cute. In like the archaeology was kind of fun. But yeah, there are no good beast trend tribes.
I mean, I'll have to say the Vath were pretty cool. Like helping the newly hive-minded individuals kind of get by.
Helping the storyteller.
Yeah.
Oh, Ah. First of all, payment.
Pizza. Items. Yes. Well, hey. Uh-oh.
And more.
Fun. It tracks these as collected when you trade them to me. I hate it when it does that.
And the third time. And a gill.
We are missing Gargantua hide.
Gargantua hide?
Do you have bisexual gemstones?
I do have them, yes.
Do you have 24 of them?
I think I'm capped.
Alright, please teleport to Living Memory, the first node. Node Nemo.
Living Memory.
Unless you are done, like, you can buy items in the cities, which I don't expect, because I don't think anyone I know, except for maybe Venrit, has all of the levels done in all of the areas.
I have not done a single fate that wasn't, like, conveniently on my way.
Yeah. Anyway. You want Gargantua hide. You want 8 of them. The trader should be like right next to the teleporter. Why is Melva paying you? Because I'm making an entire item set for him? Only the materia is payment. Everything else is materials.
And even that's very low payment, because that's, I don't know, like 150,000 gills in...
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, spell speed materia costs like 3,000 a piece right now.
Oh yeah, that's good. I need to open my...
I'm waiting 4 more seconds so I can just use my home teleport.
Yeah, I'm melding anyway. Let me go to balance and grab the BIS again. I just want to see what I should meld first. I mean, except for just that slot. Let me just show you a magic trick where I destroy 52 materia in one go. Oh, but then...
It worked?
Yeah, it went in. How much did that kill, though? Oh, just 6. Or just 5.
But now the important stuff.
Yeah, now the actual hard melds. I want the... Oh, by the way, in the lovely world of FF14 Astrologian meld sets naming schemes, this tier we have sportscasters for some reason. My personal favorite probably was the Pokemon movie or series arc names. The best.
Which sports are?
Just general. I think it's football. The people are Spiro Dades and Kevin Harlan.
I only know Haaland.
Harlan, no D.
Oh.
Anyway, my buying order is ring... I see. So, I will need the raid chest. So, finishing the chest over melds is going to be incredibly important. Please work. Thank you. Okay, that's in. I will also need raid boots. So...
How many did you spend? Oh, only 9.
Yeah, boots are already done. Pants is the next priority, because that's the last tome item I'm buying. Let's see. That went in. Nice. Then hat. That also went in. You can tell by the stat going up. That happens way before the sound effects play.
Wow.
Alright, wrist. Wrist is on the same tier as hat.
Risk the wrist.
Nope, that's gone. Goodbye. That was the remaining materia. It's all gone now.
There.
It's fine. Let me see if I get to my spell speed here. I do. Alright.
Nice.
That's good enough. It could be slightly higher, like the other... What is it? 18 times 3, so... Like, the other 54 materia would probably get me 1 tier higher, which means slightly more damage on the dot. But, whatever. I don't need the breakpoint that urgently. And also, the items I don't have pentamelded right now, I am slated to replace soonish anyway. Because it's the wristband, which I'm going to replace after the 3rd clear of A7. M7, whatever. Not 7, 5. How did I get 7? The ring, which I'm just going to replace next week.
Nice.
And then
Is the ring of is the raid normal raid ring better than your crafted gear?
The normal raid ring is in fact better than the crafted gear. Yes, it is slightly better
That's
stats
rough.
because the crafted gear has piety on it, and the normal raid ring has dead spell speed, and the crit isn't worth the piety. So yeah, this thing's just dying next week anyway. Whatever.
It's weird to play a damage dealing class in raid because I only have to look at the DPS and at nothing else.
I mean, so the slower stat set for Astrologian is actually simming higher. I just like fast throw. So I will play fast throw. I will sacrifice the 31 points of damage per second that I will lose for this.
Negligible.
Yeah. Please give me the items.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot.
And then I'll get to just sit here for minutes, hours even. I need over an hour for just the base crafts.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, welcome to just watching me craft shit for about an hour. I need to go to my retainer and dump these materia in there real quick. Because I don't think I have enough space. I fucked up one craft of the buff food. So my stack is sitting at 96, which is infuriating.
I didn't know I didn't know you were based like that. Poggers.
Poggers. Yeah, I have a materia retainer. This is the only retainer that's allowed to have materia, so I don't forget materia on other retainers. It also has other things than materia, because, you know, why would I waste like 100 slots? But also 4 retainers, hello. I have a problem.
I have 4 retainers too.
I have so many items.
I have 1 retainer for like stuff that I could use again, like
we're making
books and consumables. No, not the consumables, but
where is the status? It begins.
Stuff that I could use in the future. Then I have a retainer only for gear that I will probably never wanna glamour, but I don't want to throw them away because they are limited.
By the way, why am I doing like a sawing motion with a chainsaw handle?
You are optimizing your movement because you are a master craftsman.
So my favorite feature of this gear set is this, which is just very silly. Anyway, I wish my stats were high enough to make the intermediary crafts without buff food, but they are not. Just barely.
And let me guess, crafting buff food is expensive as frick.
Not really, I just forgot to make it before I ran out of it, because I also need buff food to make buff food. Well, at least I did. I don't think I do anymore. But yeah, I just bought like 10 of them. Whatever.
Your buff food has an incestuous relationship with your other buff food.
Actually, I don't think I need it anymore. Because, like, this is the macro set for the actual current gear. And as long as the materials are HQ, I don't need buff food for it. And I think I should be able to make the previous buff food entirely without buff food as well. And I don't need Ceviche. Actually, they didn't have the other buff food on the market board at the time. Ceviche is actually slightly better than Ronic Steak, which is the buff food I would actually minimum need for these.
Ceviche or ceviche?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Foreign food.
I have no idea what this food is.
I think I've heard the word ceviche before. Or like in American term, ceviche. Wait,
also,
that's not American. That was British as fuck.
Can we talk about how insane the stat boost on grade 3 gem drafts is? Like 461 bonus main stat feels illegal.
Oh boy.
They're getting too good. We've so many stats. Like, we've such insanely high stats these days.
I'm really looking forward to what the devs have cooked up for 8.0, because Yoshi P's statement was that he never wants the character level to go beyond 100.
Yeah.
And I personally believe that's a very smart choice.
Yeah, the level will just get silly at some point. We already have one silly number, which is this one. The gear score number means nothing. All it denotes is that the item is better than the last one. But it is like a meaningless number. It's 700 something at this point.
I personally would be fine with like, let's crunch every expansion into 10 levels. So like, you play Aaron Reborn, you learn your class, and the rest, all the expansions are just 1 level. And only if you reach the current expansion, you have to level 10 levels again.
Alright, this is the shit where I had to go unlock books. Oh no, this is actually, I don't have low-level crafts on this class. I'm doing those first. Gargantua leather, where is it? That is, hello.
By the way, I am really happy. You just reminded me to read my books here.
You
couldn't, previously, you couldn't read books if you haven't reached max level. So I was sitting on a ton of books because I had to buy something with my scripts.
Yes.
And now I noticed, even though none of my classes except for woodworker, or what it's
Carpenter.
called, carpenter.
Yes.
Liam. No.
Not Liam.
I have only my carpenter at level 100, and both my gatherers.
Oh, the stonks. I got crafting stonks. Doesn't matter, I'm using a macro. But stonks. Da, 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 da.
The Donkey Kong ass-sounding soundtrack.
Why is Open Sky such a good song?
You can see because of the way it is.
I see. Thanks.
Because of the way it is, where does that come from?
Oh.
I have nothing else to do, so I'm going.
I mean,
hunting.
neither do I. I'm clicking a goddamn single button once per minute. For the next 2 hours. This is my life now. Crafting.
Oh yeah, there used to be a fake documentary style video on YouTube in the year of 2009.
Oh no, they were lying on the internet back in the day?
Oh, it was 100% obvious as parody.
But they were lying on the internet back in the day? I'm so happy they don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Thank our Supreme Leader for that.
Sarcasm is a stylistic...
So, in that video, is it correct to say documentarian? I don't know.
I mean, that is a thing,
the not cameraman, so the person without the plot armor, went up to a spruce tree and was like, "This is a spruce. You can tell because of the way it is."
Ah, very good. I mean, yeah. I'm sure.
Lately I have heard the term, Satan is not a pogo stick. And I had no idea where that came from.
That's wild. That's a wild thing to say.
So I went on an investigative streak and stumbled over a Tumblr account. Of course it's Tumblr.
Yes.
Where they had found an excerpt out from one like historical book, science history, where a few scientists sat around a table and were debating how snakes could have crawled before they evolved, like to crawl on their belly. And one scientist was like, they curled up their bodies and hopped around.
Ah, yes.
Like a coil. And one scientist table flipped the entire thing and said, Satan is not a pogo stick.
Nice. Nice. I love that none of them just considered, maybe they didn't lose their legs completely before they evolved that ability.
Well, science history is fun. I think I should drink more hot water because the dampness of my intestines is too high, right? But no, dampness was Chinese medicine.
Yes.
I'm the kind of person who should know the 5 humors, but I don't.
Why should anyone know the 5 humors? The bullshit. Anyway, let me quickly whip up 2 whetstones. Done.
But I'm a nerd who kind of specializes in ancient fuckery.
I still want to know what the fuck I'm doing with these whetstones that I need 1 entire whetstone per gem that I'm cutting. Like, what am I doing with these? That's an entire whetstone I am using on 1 gem cut.
Well,
so it's gone
the gems
after.
are very, very hard. Wait, that should make it easier, right?
Yes. So the only thing that makes sense to use a whetstone for is to, like, the grinding wheel. But that has a whetstone on it. It's part of the recipe. Every single grinding wheel in the game has a whetstone in the recipe. Because, I mean, where else is the whetstone that's spinning here coming from?
Yeah. Why do you craft whetstones and not sandpaper?
Because they are more durable. Sandpaper is like garbage if you need to do a lot of stone cutting.
Yeah.
But the thing
But
is,
in
like,
each craft, you use a whetstone.
if they wanted this, like, to be realistic, what they should do is to have the grinding wheel specifically lose more durability when you're making a gem. But that would require code. So they just put whetstones in the recipe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm switching out the whetstone or something, I don't know. And then I throw it away once I'm done with it. This has Black Star cooties. I don't want to infect my rhodochrosite. I need a different whetstone.
You pronounced it.
Yes, it's called rhodochrosite.
I cannot do that. I think that's extremely wasteful, but
I don't care. I make them myself.
Yeah.
You just look behind the counter in Solution 9. You just see a pile of discarded whetstones from all the crafters there, and you see a single tear roll down the face of the counter attendant as another whetstone is thrown into a pile by a Mikote crafting like 1 gem.
Now the floor has Black Star cooties. Now the floor is lawyers.
A glass of fresh squeezed lights. My favorite drink of all time. Anyway, it's time for this dish, however that's pronounced. And cordialamba.
Well, I'm not hydrophobic or anything, but...
Excuse me?
Maybe it's better if I say this while I'm drinking water.
Maybe, yes. Would it... Wait, are human skins hydrophilic? Because they're covered in... They're covered in oil. I think human skin is slightly hydrophobic because of the fat.
The oil on our skin is slightly is hydrophobic, yes.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't actually know. The cell membrane should be made of proteins, right?
No, cell membranes are lipids.
Lipids.
Yes, you have...
Well, that makes it easy.
You have protein tunnels in them. So you can have larger molecules permeate through it.
I just remembered that plants and fungi have cellulose
Yes.
cell membranes.
That's a carbohydrate, though.
Yeah, there's a carbohydrate, but that should make it lipophilic.
I mean, yeah. Specifically, so the for the membranes, the hydrophilic ends are inside, and the hydrophobic ends are outside for the cell membrane.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yes.
11th grade biology flashback.
Yes, I was really good at that. Ask me anything about the cell. I know everything about, like, cellular biology there is to know on a high school level. Do not ask me any, like, above high school level questions, though, because I will not be able to answer them.
I loved cell biology. It was
cool.
fun.
It was actually my second choice for a major.
I
could be making a brand new plague in a lab right now instead of coding.
In 11th grade, I was still like performing super well in school. So in all scientific fields, in like maths, in physics, biology, chemistry.
I wasn't doing good, well in math in 11th grade because I had
a 1 in everything.
I had a substitute teacher in 10th grade, so I learned nothing in 10th grade math.
Oh, wonderful.
And having gone to school, you know how important 10th grade math is to 11th and 12th grade math.
Extremely.
Yep. So I was fucked, basically.
Who knows derivatives?
Derivatives.
Derivatives.
I mean, it's just calculus. Just call it by its name.
Yeah, but that's specifically what you learn in 10th grade.
Yeah. And I know it now, but it took me flunking an exam in university once and having to redo it to properly learn it, which means I took a year to learn it because I hadn't learned it in 10th grade. It took me a year on my own time to learn it. Calculus sucks. I still don't really know how to integrate. because I never will need it in my life. I don't need integration.
Oh yeah,
I have completely forgotten how to integrate.
My maths teacher in 12th and 13th grade was so bad, I remember nothing. Because all we did was he gave us tons of homework, and then one person went to the chalkboard and wrote all the homework solutions onto the chalkboard, and that's the end of the lesson because it took like 90 minutes to go over everything.
Nice.
So we did no learning actually in class.
That's great. So physics class also didn't go well for me in like 10th through 12th grade. But that was mainly just because I wasn't interested in any of the stuff we were going over, and the teacher also failed to make it interesting.
Yeah.
The only time I was interested is when we were calculating how hurt I would be if the teacher kicked me out of the window.
That's how you make physics interesting.
The teacher was so mad that he drew a diagram of him kicking my ass out the window because it was a disturbing class.
Spite is the best motivator, and it motivated him to be a better teacher.
Yep. I mean, yeah. I learned something that day. It was mainly how to do velocity calculations, but you know. I don't remember the equation we calculated though, because it's been like 14 years.
In 10th grade, my Latin class.
Are you ready for the best sound in the entire game?
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh, good. Because that would be.
Where's the macro?
What's it called in English?
Yeah, it's Goldsmith.
Goldsmith.
It's this one, yes? Yes. Tink, tink, tink. I really like this sound.
In my Latin class in 10th grade, we had a teacher so good that everyone had either a 1 or 2. Our main Latin teacher, that was only a referendum. So our main Latin teacher was really suspicious because that's not possible. He made a test himself, and everyone still had 1 or 2. She was that good.
Nice.
That she caught up everyone to be a really good student.
Oh.
She also promised us ice cream after we finished, so that helped.
Oh yeah, that's the greatest motivator known to humankind.
She constantly brought like muffins and brownies, and if people did well, she gave them a muffin or brownie. She bribed us into learning.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do sometimes. Oh, so I just randomly remembered something that has nothing to do with the conversation, but I want to bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like this year old when I realized, due to a blog post, a Tumblr post I was reading, Dr. House is a Sherlock Holmes adaptation.
Yes.
That's why he's called House. It's a pun on Holmes.
Oh my god. Oh, I don't like that.
That's what it is.
That he's Sherlock Holmes, I knew because it's kind of obvious.
Yeah. He's a high-functioning drug addict who figures out complicated puzzles. It's just in a medical drama framing instead of a detective framing, but it's basically the same story. You also have the Watsons. You have just more than one this time.
Mm-hmm.
Although, to be honest, Wilson is his Watson, which is also why that name's Wilson.
I hate this. I love Wilson, even though House treated him so badly.
No, that's the whole point. He's supposed to be the Watson in the story.
Yeah, but House treats his pupils also badly.
Yeah, they are like
Watson-ish
surrogate mini Watsons. Although they are also they're also written to be more of a reflection of House's actions himself, because you have the black guy, I forgot his name, who kind of turns into House, like method-wise, which is an arc in like the second season or something. Where the one guy like leaves the hospital because he doesn't want to work with House anymore, but then he kind of can't shake what House taught him, so he falls into the same methods, and that's like a whole drama, and he almost loses his license because of it. I mean, House almost loses his license about every episode, so...
He actually loses his license.
Yeah, he also goes to therapy jail that one time.
Oh god, that was a weird season.
Yeah. By the way, the new skill they made that prevents durability loss once, I'm so happy they changed the sound effect for it to like a tink. Because it used to be the item breaking sound effect when you fail a craft.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Imagine you click the macro button and suddenly clonk.
Yeah, no, everyone hated that, and they changed it pretty quickly. Even in an they changed it like the next hotfix, I think, to be a different sound effect, because people were like, no.
The last time they changed sound effects, I think, was in Shadowbringers with the Gunbreaker, where this Gunbreaker, it sounded like a pool noodle, and everyone hated it. And then they changed it, and everyone still hated it, but for different reasons.
You know, this was this expansion. This was like in the 0.0 something hotfix. It's in this macro, so listen closely. Can tell you when it comes up. Should be now, I think. Yeah. That used to be a
oh,
instead of the nice tink that it is now.
It's even worse because your character like raises the item.
Yeah. I mean, I just do that to inspect it, you know? And, like, activate abilities. Because we're doing magical crafting here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I should continue watching House. I just kind of got sick of the drama eventually. I need to move my crafting window, it's blocking you. Oh wow.
Hello.
Big cat.
You also big cat.
I am. I'm so cute. Mm-hmm. Boop. Rhodo Crowsight. Boggers. I need so many of these.
It also feels so wrong when the pet of someone else on their screen is in a different place than on your screen.
It's because pet positions just aren't synced in general. They're always calculated on client. Because it's not important.
1.00 would have.
Oh, yeah. It's just, you don't need to. Like, why would you? Oh, I got so mad the other day There is this guy on TikTok and Shorts called Carter PCs. It's like a 19, 20 something year old who's doing tech content. And he got like really, really popular on TikTok by just doing product reviews. And generally I actually appreciate his opinions because his strong suit is doing customer face reviews of hardware. Reviewing hardware in a way that a customer would care about what it can do, instead of what most tech reviewers do, who have like a deep understanding of technology and being like, oh, this is worse than this because it performs like 0.1% worse in benchmarks. No, he's like, this is fine. He's one of the people who are like, Apple is really kind of destroying their own market by making laptops that are so good that people 4 years later are still like, why would I upgrade? Like the M1 MacBooks are still capable of doing everything you would want to do on a MacBook. And unless you really want to render videos like 20 minutes faster, like why would you upgrade? But he made a video defending AI frame generation. Like DLSS. Which was a response to a comment he got about we want real frames, not AI frames, though. And that video got me really mad because he compared AI frame generation to low object detail and blur.
Huh?
And because he was like, do you think anything on your screen is real? To hide the stutter and the frame drops with fast movement, they blur it. And in Fortnite, if you look here, like, that tree is only half rendered. And I'm sitting there like, bro, no. I actually left a comment because I was so mad. Like, first of all, that's not how LOD works. Second of all, you're comparing like an active authored optimization of the game that the design team consciously choose to use to get more frames out of the same scene, that was employed in a way that it would not disrupt the visual look to a crutch made by the hardware manufacturers to hide the fact that their hardware can't actually render that game at 4K with more than 20 FPS. Like, it's not the same. One is conscious optimization and author choice, and the other is just a crutch to fake performance that you don't have. That got me so angry. Like, I respect him for his opinions because he doesn't have a clue. And it hurt so much to see that, at least in this instance, he thought he understood what he was talking about when he clearly didn't.
Dunning-Kruger strikes again.
Yeah.
I mean, not the actual Dunning-Kruger, but what we call Dunning-Kruger.
Oh yeah, so LOD is actually really interesting because LOD models are authored.
Yeah.
Someone actually looks at the LOD model and is like, yep, that looks about how this model would look rendered. You still generate them, of course. You don't hand make LODs anymore. But you still author them, you still check their visuals, and they are consistent, which AI frame generation just isn't. The upscaling for the same frame is inconsistent, and if you have full frame generation, to generate fake intermediary frames, the AI will also always output different intermediary frames between the same two real frames. It's inconsistent, which makes it, like, hard to deal with as a developer. It gets easier if you only have one hardware spec to care about, which is why frame upscaling usually can't be disabled on console releases, but that's also authored, because you only have one you only have one hardware spec to worry about. You can fine-tune the frame generation on PlayStation or on Xbox or on Switch 2 when that releases, to look the way you want it as the game developer, which is a kind of control you just don't get on a PC game, because the results of the frame generation are drastically different based on the base render settings the player chooses. Because frame generation is typically only trained on one set of settings.
Oh.
Yeah, which is maximum. What they do for upscaling is they render the game on much more powerful hardware than is available to consumers in general. And then they use that footage to train the AI on how to turn the same pre-programmed sequence of footage, but rendered on a lower resolution, into the higher resolution version of that footage. That's how DLSS is trained. And you do that on as many representative scenes in your game as you can, so the output of the model becomes better because you're tuning it more to your game. AI generally has an issue called overfitting, where the neural network is trained in such a way where it overfits to the training data and fails on data it hasn't seen. But in frame generation scenarios, you kind of want overfitting, because you want the model to just be good on your game. You don't care if the same model works well on other people's games. So, yeah.
So, what... The question that I get when I think about frame generation is, how many frames are getting generated?
Depends on what hardware you have. For an NVIDIA 40 series or lower, none of them. They are all still rendered and then upscaled. Frame generation is only available on the 50 series. Mm-hmm. And I believe the current iteration of DLSS is allowed to generate up to 2 intermediary frames between each real frame.
But so
that's more of a hardware limit, because the AI accelerators just can't output more than 2 frames in the time it takes to render a real frame.
But I understand people are not comfortable to have like 66% of their frames be AI.
Yeah. And it's like the real-world performance of the cards is actually suffering from it. NVIDIA is saying that the 5060 is better than the 4090 because it can do more frames at the same resolution if you turn on frame generation, which is just not true. Frames. If the game doesn't support it, it doesn't work.
Yeah, if I had a cook who does like 60 burritos in an hour, and a cook who says I can do 80 or 120 burritos, or like 90 burritos, and 2 out of 3 burritos is just filled with paper.
Yeah.
It only looks approximately correct. It's rough.
It's more like 2 out of every 3 burritos are just microwaved. Store-bought frozen burritos.
Yeah, I think that analogy makes more sense. So last Friday, not this on the 28th of March, I was at a friend's place and we watched Mushoku Tensei on Crunchyroll on the PS5.
The grandfather of all isekai anime.
Did you know that Crunchyroll on the PS5 runs on 60 frames per second?
Can you turn it off?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, but I was half vomiting because of interpolation artifacts everywhere. The entire anime looked like a 60 frames per second anime opening video on YouTube.
Watch Naruto blink out of existence at record time.
It was rough, and whenever I was like, "Oh God, don't you see these artifacts?" and he's like, "No."
What the fuck?
It's like, is my eye just better trained than his?
Just make him watch the noodle video.
Which one? I like the comment version even better than the original.
The comment version is so good. You know what
Gamers.
I hate? I forgot to turn on the food buff in the FC, and my food is about to run out. And I only have 11 crafts left. But I can't do 11 crafts in 4 minutes. I could do 11 crafts in 14 minutes, though, which is what annoys me.
Shall I buy you new craft food?
No, I have 6.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah. This frame interpolation just looks like shit. And I hate the way that DLSS looks. It's just really blurry.
I have never seen DLSS.
I can show you after I'm done with this with these crafts. I mean, I need to use another buff food anyway, so.
I would love to see like it for myself. Like, yeah, videos are weird.
Yeah, but still, you get like details in this stream. Like, you can see that these edges are like sharp, even through the horrible compression that you have on Twitch. You can see like all of these edges are sharp. You have fine details.
The problem is your stream is 720p.
What? Why? What? Twitch settings be like. Anyway. But you can still, like, you get the idea. Even if it's low res, you can see, like, these are straight, sharp edges, I think. Anyway.
I know of.
They're not blurry, they're not softened. They might be low res, but they're not soft. I can go and turn on DLSS. And send us into, like, blur land.
They're considerably blurry, I see.
Yes, so especially if you zoom out and you give the AI upscaler less detail, everything gets super softened. Also, the water will look like ass.
Well, I want to see ass. No.
Like, this is just sad. It isn't as severe
I don't see water.
here. It isn't as severe here. It's horrible in the boat scene at the beginning of Dawn Trail. The one that's in the benchmark. It just looks awful. Because one thing that AI upscaling does not understand is caustics and cascading. And as soon as it starts to upscale that, you just get a blurry mess. And this is very mild upscaling. I'm running at 1080p, so I'm upscaling from 720p to about double my target resolution, so 2K, and then it's downsampled, 1/4 pull down to the target resolution. That's how DLSS works.
Water on your screen looks like it moves. No, it almost doesn't move.
Yeah, so if I go back to not having upscaling, it still kind of looks the same, but these, like, the small details are way more recognizable in the texture. Again, this is very still water. It doesn't have waves, really. The boat cutscene just looks awful. And that's why I don't like DLSS. One game where this effect is really pronounced, if you turn DLSS on, is PSO2 NGS in the ice region. The hub area there has a pool of water in it. And that pool of water just looks awful. Also, what DLSS kind of can deep fry if you have very severe upscaling, like from, say, 720p to 4K, is like reflection. Reflection details will just get buttered. Not good. I don't know why they do it either. Like, it doesn't look good. If you only care about frame rate, you should just turn your graphics down. Because, like, where DLSS is completely useless is in an esports scenario. You don't want fake frame data if you're playing Counter-Strike. So, if you only really care about frame rate, what you do is you turn the graphics down. That's why every Counter-Strike pro plays at min settings. Because you don't care if the grass looks good, you want to see the enemy.
When Overwatch was a good game, so in like 2016.
The first half year of its existence, yes, continue.
Yes. Fuck you, Brigitte. People always played at low settings because entire plans just didn't render then.
Yeah, that's
And people used to
bad.
like hide behind bushes and plant live. Sometimes Tracer could like sit down and was invisible. Completely covered. And people were like, why can't I push the payload? Why is it saying it's contested? I can't see anything.
That's just a design fail, though. Your LOD plan, your low res plan should not provide less visual cover than your high detail full settings plan. That's just bad game design, which is what I've come to expect from Blizzard.
Well, Overwatch 1 was kind of good in most regards.
Yeah, most, not all. It's so sad. Like, Blizzard used to stand for, like, exceptional games made at a fraction of the budget and sold at a fair price. And these days, Blizzard just stands for, you know, the name that comes after Activision.
I am very, very interested in how it will develop under Microsoft's reign. Because Microsoft now currently is destroying its own operating system.
Yeah, but that's different branches. With a company as big as Microsoft, what the Windows team is doing does not matter to what the Xbox team is doing.
Okay, the Xbox team also closed down Tango Gameworks.
Yeah.
And then was like, we need more games like Hi-Fi Rush.
And then maybe don't close the studio that made it then.
Oh god, it still makes me angry.
That is kind of a management fail, though. What I believe I remember the like breakdown of the story to be is that like the person who shut that down, like kind of acted on his own. He had the full trust of Phil Spencer, but I don't think the decisions ever went by Phil's desk. So what this isn't like a bad strategic choice by Phil. It's more of just a management fail. He put too much trust into that guy. Which is what happens also often in big companies like Microsoft, is you have a person who's given an upper management position and then usually just free reins over his department, unless there is like budget renegotiation involved, like where the department needs a lot more money than originally allocated. But usually the leader of the branch doesn't really get involved into decisions that are delegated to someone else in upper management.
So it's the typical the right hand doesn't know what the left does.
Exactly. So that way you can get disconnects like this. It's unfortunately just a symptom of big enterprise.
Mm-hmm. It's wild
I don't
that the
think
acquisition even got through.
Yeah, I don't think Satya Nadella, I think was his name, the CEO of Microsoft, even knew what was happening with Tango. I would be surprised if Phil Spencer knew. It would be outstanding if the CEO of Microsoft knew. Because that's just not information that they need to be told. If that's a delegated decision. If they weren't the ones who brought Tango in...
$multi-million asset, you should know about that.
No, that's peanuts. Microsoft has so much money, they don't care about a few million. I work for Enterprise. You have no idea. Like, we are talking about a level of money where they no longer ask how much. They ask, like, where can we get it the cheapest? But they don't care if the cheapest means that's $300 or $300 million. They just don't want to overspend on the thing. And that's like what you have in Enterprise. We have servers at work that are so insanely huge, I can't even begin to imagine how expensive they are. We have a server that has 5 terabytes of RAM in it. RAM!
Oh my.
Yes.
That's... wow.
I don't know how much that thing costs. I just know we have it. And I couldn't tell you if you asked me. I couldn't even begin to do the math.
Yeah, because the scale is just...
Yes.
outside of anyone's comprehension.
It also has 8 processors. Not cores, like processors in it. Full processors. 8 of them.
Well, that is not really that surprising to me. 8 sounds not that much.
It's the limit. Because you get really strong coordination issues. Because they are so far apart. You actually need to hard code core affiliation for processors that need to communicate to one another to run either on the same processor, or if that's not possible, on processors that are physically close to each other on the board.
Or you're going to get... the speed of the electron is not fast enough.
Because you're going to get lag if you're trying to communicate with a processor that's on the other side of the board, yes.
Oh my god.
Like, these are the issues that we're talking about with companies as huge as Microsoft. It's like, that's the shit you need to worry about. I'm not saying the company I work with is as big as Microsoft. I'm just saying that these are the issues that start to get, like, important when you get to that size. You don't care about an asset that's multi-million dollars because you have thousands of assets that are multi-million dollars. I can actually see how much just our productive services that my department that I'm consulting for uses cost per month. because that's just information that's not blocked from my view of the management dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the cost overview. I'm not going to tell you how much it is or what platform we're using. I'm just going to tell you that it's way more than I make a month.
Oh, really?
Way more. And we don't host that much. And that's just that one cluster. We have several of those. And it's like, so the discussion when it comes to cost optimization there doesn't even revolve around how can we reduce cost of that cluster. It's just assumed that all of the things that are running are required to be running. So the question becomes just, do we have another provider that could sell us the same resources cheaper? Because we need these, and we want to have them wherever they are cheapest. Mm-hmm. And the answer is no. There's no provider that can sell us the same resources cheaper.
Yeah. That's what managers are for.
Yep. There's some horror stories you get told at work sometimes. Like, one time, a consultant from a different firm actually took down production. He actually pushed an untested change directly to production and took down the entire system for like 5 hours. Why
did we hire Cloudflare, Dennis?
That consultant's contract was immediately cancelled the next day. That guy was gone. We never saw them again. So, yeah. That's the kind of horror story you get told when you're in my line of work. It's like, if you do this, and it goes wrong, you're fucked.
Yesterday, the entire job center infrastructure went down.
Wasn't me. Not my client.
I cannot prove anything. Against a small fee. The woman I was with was like, yeah, I can't do anything. I'm supposed to like do something, but I can't.
Cool.
I can write down your name.
Don't you love when that happens?
Maybe enter some data into a spreadsheet so I can have it easier on Monday.
Mm-hmm. So, the company I work with has a lot of a lot of clerks, a lot of case workers, and the systems that we manage are where the back end for the desk software that these clerks use is running. So, it's among those, rather. It's not all of it, but yeah. So, if something goes wrong, that's just gone. So you have like 10,000, 20,000 clerks who cannot do work.
Mm-hmm.
Who are just burning wages until the issue is fixed.
Yep.
Which is great.
So,
Also, no,
really
it will not do anything for anyone to try and hack me. If you hack my personal computer, you'll still have no access to my customer. Don't try it.
Don't do that. I like to read like stories on r/malicious compliance exactly for that reason. Because sometimes people are in the position to halt production for a pretty long time just to be spiteful. With no fault.
Oh yeah, I might actually be changing customers soon. I've got a really interesting offer. I'll have a preparatory meeting with our customer account manager on Monday. And then a meeting with the actual customer on Wednesday. And if they think I'm a good fit for the role, and I think they are a good fit for me, I will probably be switching to them full-time, because they do want a full-time consultant.
Does that mean that you no longer have to travel distances?
Yes, I no longer have to go to Munich. If anywhere, I need to go to Wiesbaden.
Well, that's not that closer.
That is half as far.
What?
Yeah. You have no concept of how far away Munich is.
I think I have no concept of how close Wiesbaden is.
Wiesbaden is pretty close. Wiesbaden is near Frankfurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I did not, Never mind. Wiesbaden is the capital city of Hessen.
It
right?
Sure might be.
I forgot entirely.
Wiesbaden's just due west of Frankfurt.
That's a very short trip.
It is indeed in Hessen. On Hesse, as it is called in English.
Why is it called Hesse?
I don't know. It's just there, though. Yeah, it is the capital of Hessen. Yes, you're right. I always think it's Frankfurt, but it's not. It's Wiesbaden. No, Frankfurt is just like 4,000 times bigger.
Have you watched the Jules video?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
There's Frankfurt and the rest.
Yes. Frankfurt is just big. My company actually has a branch in Wiesbaden. I'll not get moved there. I mean, I don't need to be there. If I do get this customer and I do decide to work with them, I will be full remote. They don't require me to be on premise like ever. So that's actually one of the reasons why I'm considering it, because while I don't mind going to Munich, I also like, if I have the option not to.
You sacrifice an entire week of personal life.
Yeah, but Munich is nice and the people are nice. I like hanging out with my coworkers. That's actually one of the things that makes it hard for me. Like, obviously, the coworkers in my department, at my company, I would still be able to have contact with. Even if not that much anymore. But if I switch customers, I would no longer be able to work or talk to the customers unless I, like, exchange private contact details with them. And I do like them, but not that much. You feel me? So that would actually be a bit sad. That would be a bit sad for me. I do like those people. They are fun. But yeah. Also, if that actually does come to pass, this month would be my last Munich trip. Because the new customer wants to start on the 22nd of April, which is the week due after the Munich trip. So we kind of do need to manage that next week. Like, we need to figure out if I'm going to switch customers, because then I could combine the last Munich trip with returning my my key card for the building in Munich. I could just leave it there. Because I would have to give it back anyway. Can't keep it, I think.
Yeah,
At least.
You can just leave it. That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, that might be happening in my life soon. Scouting arm guards, yes.
So I will start basically a mini job on the 28th.
Oh. I mean, it's a job.
Yeah, it's 240 euros more than I have now per month.
Well, it's not a mini job.
Yes, it's not a mini job. It's a €2 job. And 30 hours per week.
Yeah. But like, a mini job would be way less than Bürgergeld plus rent.
Well, if you have a mini job, you can still get Bürgergeld.
True.
You have 100 euros that you keep, and then like 10% of everything beyond that. So with the current rates, I think it's like 540.
Right, I forgot that Bürgergeld works differently than AG2 did.
So you basically have 150 euros more. But it's also a mini job is just 10 hours per week. Or what, 12 hours?
It's capped on income, which means the hours are capped by minimum wage.
Yes. I think it was 10.
Necklace of aiming.
But I have 30, which I'm not that upset about because
look at how pretty this goldsmithing table looks. I love this.
It is pretty.
Yeah. I just have this in my inventory. Just whip it out.
Seriously, if there are superpowers in that I could have in real life,
yeah,
that people in video games usually have, like save and load would be the most powerful by far. Inventory would be busted too.
I mean, just RPG mechanics. There's a reason why RPG mechanic fantasy manga and stuff, or manhwa, like solo leveling, are so popular, because it's just a really cool power fantasy.
So, just to finish my thing here. I will work for the city, and I will probably have more experience consulting people. So I will be paid in euros, but I will definitely be paid in experience, which sounds pathetic, but
Nice.
I actually like that.
No, it does. So, if it's not just being paid in experience, which is what's the toxic part about being in an internship that's unpaid, like, having something to put on your resume is always worth it.
Yes.
I only have my job because of the shitty job I had before.
Also, the person I was talking to was like, it's very possible that if a job in the city opens up, that I will be like one of the first candidates because if I perform well.
Yeah.
But also she was like, please work for the job center. Please work for the job center. We need people.
Ah, so are you going to be working for the job center?
I actually... So, the job title for job center is also the same that I do at health insurer. It's just a different social law book.
I see.
So, like half of what I learned will not be applicable, but the other half will be. And they like people who come from different backgrounds.
I think having someone with your story work at the job center would probably do good to the job center.
I actually think so too.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to only write like job applications to like health insurance because that's what I learned.
Mm-hmm.
And was like, only if it takes months and months and months and months, I will probably diversify.
Mm-hmm.
But
the gambit has failed.
Huh?
The gambit has failed at this point.
Yeah.
It's been months and months and months.
Been 9 months, and in 3 months I have to compete with the people who went fresh out of
Yeah. So the smartest move for your career you can do right now is to add more things to your resume.
Yes.
Because that's something that people kind of... I had that myself, and I see that a lot. When someone
that's a pretty thing you have in your hands.
That's like a stitching board.
Yeah, pretty. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. So, if you have someone who had a small job before, usually they don't try to apply to a job that is way better paid than their old job. Because they think, based on the previous job, they are now only eligible for a slightly better job. But it could very much be that you were just grossly underpaid at your previous job, and your expertise that you have now, based on your education and your job experience, is way more valuable than you think.
Well, basically every place I can work for is government, and the tariffs. Well, is it called tariffs in English for this too?
No.
No, it shouldn't be.
No, tariffs is something you pay on import goods.
Yes.
You're talking about Tariflohn, right?
Yeah.
That is called standard wage, or union wage.
Well, that's boring. But yeah, standard wage for my jobs aren't that underpaid. So
yeah.
Actually, I think I would be massively overpaid.
But yeah,
I'm considering it. It's like $500 less than at a health insurer, but
so
if they desperately need people, and I'm like, I can do this work.
Mm-hmm. So when I projected up my income when I switched jobs from the 30 hours I did back then to what I would earn in a full-time position, I ended up at like 40k a year about. And I was like, okay, if I get a new job at a new company, I would be pretty happy to make 45k a year because that would be more than now. And I would be like really thrilled if I could make 50k a year.
Yeah, because you're in the 40 to 50k range.
I make 57,360 euros per year. That's what my work actually was worth when I switched jobs. I lowballed my own worth by almost 10k.
Yep. But you got experience.
Yeah, so I was really lucky to have...
It was good money too, so...
I was really lucky to be picked up by a job agency that was actually serious about connecting people to jobs that are fit to them. Like one of those brokers that you have on job searching sites that are like, hey, I have jobs I could offer you, like this kind of deal. I was picked up by 2 of them that were actually doing pretty good work. And if you have one that's not just interested in getting the commission fee, but is actually interested in getting you a job that you won't quit out of. Because, for instance, the contracts they offer the companies include, like, if the person quits within the trial period, the broker gets nothing. Something like that. That's something you see with better brokerages these days. Which ensures that the brokerage, the agency, has your best interests in mind, because they get a commission based on your yearly income if you get hired by the company that they propose you to.
So it's in their best interest to sell you high.
Exactly. So I had the luck to get a good company like that to broker my work to my current employer, because they made sure, damn sure, I wasn't underselling my worth. Because if I did, they would get less money. Our interests aligned here. Me getting better wage means they get a better commission.
It's always like astounding if the system works.
Yes, it is. Anyway, hello.
Hello.
You ordered these.
Hi.
8 items. So 3 more.
Arigato gozaimasu.
That should be everything.
Oh, you're completely done.
Yes, of course.
Whoa.
What do you take before? Some jump? I'm mistering.
New controller firmware available later.
I was like, please accept. Is my game crashing? Hello?
Okay.
Yep. No, that was easy.
So, everything I have. Equip.
No, I told you it was
God,
taking...
I look awful.
I
What
told
the
you
fuck?
I was going to take about 2 hours. This took about 2 hours. It's been 2 hours.
What is that?
The ceremonial gear. I projected over it immediately because it is fugly.
I hate it.
Same. I mean, yeah, it's like
This
traditional.
is my ass kicking outfit, bitch.
It's like a traditional gown, I think. It's really cool from that POV. I hope they asked this time and we're not going to get another like cash shop Nordic design fiasco.
The Sami were angry.
Understandably, they've been through enough.
And it's not the British this time.
No.
I love that. One of the running jokes currently in the internet is like, whenever the British are mentioned, it's like every act of violence is justified.
Yeah.
Why did it switch
good.
back?
Oh.
Okay.
Now you get to put materia in it. Enjoy.
I won't. I mean, I won't enjoy.
I won't put materia in it. Fuck you. I need to buy a earring still before tomorrow.
Let's go with this.
So I still need some tones.
Do I look ready for disco?
Sure. You look like an admiral. But like one of those cool sci-fi spaceship admirals.
Oh no, I have... Oh, what's... Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I have to make something like that.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Nothing happening for hours. And then it gets good. Still love like Jello's comment on it in the tier list. The 100 anime opening list. It was like... And I like watching slow things waiting for something cool to happen. That's why I watched Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
By the way, I love whenever... So, the last time 3 Fantasias were handed out.
Oh, right.
The Rothka population tripled.
I forgot to grab that. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
PSA for anyone watching stream right now. There is a free Fantasia this patch again. Grab it before it's gone. It will be gone when they add another. Inevitably, next patch. The way these work is they are available from the patch they are inserted in, but only one. So if you miss picking up one of them, it's gone. But if you play every patch and you grab it every patch, you just have infinite Fantasia forever. Because they keep adjusting visuals. With the Wandering Moogle here, right? Yeah. Wandering Moogle, hello. File of Fantasia, there it is. How many of these do I have now? 3. Nice. So I have like 20 euros in my inventory.
Why do I only have 1? Did I? Oh yeah, I changed a few things with my character.
Oh no, you used the free Tasia.
Yeah.
You fool. But it was free. Anyway, back to Tuliolal.
It's the final fight. I only have 80 elixirs.
Use an elixir. I have no mana. Use an elixir. But you can't buy... use an ether. But you can't buy ether. It's the final battle. But I only have 85 of them.
You feel so called out by that.
It's so good, though. I should actually bring ether to Prog. Because Fastro has mana issues.
I was like, oh yeah, haha, but yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, Fastro is like awful about mana. If I expect to res like more than 3 people, I should bring an ether. I should bring ethers in general because they don't clash with the pot timer. But especially to Prog, actually have a stack of X ethers, which recover 1000 MP. Which I think is the most. Let me check. Ether. Yes. X ether is the biggest. 1000 is the maximum.
I only need the X weapon.
Ooh. I would kind of need that too.
Oh boy. I won't grind it today.
Nah.
I don't want to.
Oh, same.
I don't think I need another reason.
By the way, I saw what the item set is called for Savage. And it's called Babyface Champion.
I love this.
Babyface Champions Astrometer. I hate this. What's that naming scheme? Excuse? The music here is so good.
Yeah. I love that the astrologians are so funny with the names. Oh yeah, that's the first song in Sessions Diana. But every class I play has like the fantastic names of 2.11 BIS.
That's so sad. No, my favorite one was definitely the tier where we had Pokemon arc names. We had a gear set that was genuinely called Destiny Deoxys. And it was so good. But yeah, no, we like to get,
is better.
We like to get silly.
Silly.
We enjoy to get silly with the thingies. They also do a lot of work for these sets. Like they put actual like helpful comments on the sets. Like the description of the 2.32 spell GCD set is This set is ideal for players who prefer a faster GCD. It expects to provide slightly less DPS than the 2.46 set, but the difference is negligible. This set will burn through MP considerably faster than the 2.46 set, so it may not be ideal if you expect to cast multiple raises or do a lot of GCD healing. This is nice.
This is nice.
Yes. I love the Astro lobby. They are, really good. Calling it the Astro lobby sounds like we are paying Square Enix to make our class better.
Well,
we got nerfed.
Astro has been... yeah, but Astro has always been, like, the...
Nah, not always.
Like, not
we
always,
had a tier
like,
where...
the past 2 expansions, it was always Scholar, Astro.
No, it wasn't. White Mage was significantly better at the start of Endwalker.
Oh, true. At the start of every expansion, Astro sucks. That's
not this one.
That's been true.
Astro was really good this X-Pack.
What? But that was the running gag. Like
no,
when
they fixed
when Heavensward came out, Astro sucked.
It only
when
took them
came out, Astro sucked.
It only took them 17 reworks. Stop reworking my class every time, please. But yeah, also, like, this is something that I don't think I've seen any other class do. It's like we have an actual buying guide for the class this time. The buying guide actually assumes that you do raid every week, because it has a denotation for raid wrist in week 3, when you would have enough books to buy it.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great for the, like, 100 people who get there.
I mean, it just means you do the first fight in the first week. And the second week.
Oh, I understood, like, the third fight.
Week. No. Wrist. Accessory. The other items are just like when you get them. This is the only one that the guide kind of guarantees you should be able to get in week 3 if you're serious about raiding. All the other raid items are like, when you get this raid item, please adjust your melds according to this list. There's one for getting the ring. There's one for getting the boots, because you can theoretically get the boots in week 4. There's one if you have both the ring and the boots. And then there's one where you have the chest as well. But there's no way you're getting the chest before you're getting the ring and the boots. There's no shot. Because, like, you're not getting the chest before week 4. You're healer. You're just not.
Mm-hmm.
You just aren't.
It's the eternal healer problem.
Yes.
A healer's DPS is only as good as their playmates.
Yeah. But yeah, the reason why I really should do the X and get that weapon is because I'm not going to get the raid weapon for a while. And the tome weapon is also 7 weeks out. Or 5 weeks, I guess.
Oh god.
Because I'm also not getting the item if we do manage to beat 3. Also, I just realized I don't think I've done 4 this week. Right, I disconnected during the run.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It was... So... I love when things go awry as a healer. Because nothing feels better as a healer than to save the run.
Yeah, but what if it's you that goes awry?
Yeah, but I had really fun because, like, especially the the team.
I mean, do you want to do
multiple
four real quick so I can get my fucking saber? While we keep talking.
Yeah, sure.
And expert, because I need terms. You presumably also need terms. Let me just grab a drink from the fridge before you continue. Just hold the thought about healer panic.
Mm-hmm.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Hello. Cruiserweight M4. The only one I care about, because I don't need the others. I don't need any normal raid items. They all suck. Except the ring.
So, when we got my items this week, I was like, oh no, I read the chart wrong. I didn't need the trousers, the pants, the legs. Actually, it was completely correct to get them, because now I have crafted gear.
Yep.
And it's the pants are the first item I should buy with tomes.
Yeah, don't forget to put your materia in. Enjoy the overmelding.
What materia do you mean? I have quite a few.
He's a limp.
Hello.
Hello.
Crashing the stream.
Oh no! Do you want to come for M8?
M8.
Normal?
Nah.
Because I need tomes. And my saber, because I crashed.
I'm just mindlessly
Oh,
farming orange scripts for gatherer.
I need to separate the pile of people on my screen. Hold on. Flip,
Don't worry. Ben and Jerry's ad saved your ass.
flip. There you go.
I'm a bit cut off from the screen.
I don't care.
I'm small.
Hello. Yeah. The crafting is complete.
Nice.
I just
Nice.
realized I haven't actually completed M4 this week. Because I crashed out due to internet issues when we did it.
All right.
And Melva
I
solo
had so
healed
much
it.
fun.
I remember.
So I was one hit by a folding tower, by the way.
Cool.
But I did what I could.
Yeah.
When things go right, that's the most fun you can have as a healer.
It'll be fun.
Finally, has
yes.
something to do.
Finally, a job. But yeah, I do still need to buy earrings this week.
Oh, earrings.
To stay on track with the meld guide. Ba 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 ba. There is actually a gear progression guide for Astrologe in this tier, which is really cool. Told the stream third time now, I think.
I'm still so like jealous of the cool Astro names
Yes.
for builds. the builds are in massive quotation marks.
I mean, it is. Like, we actually need to do proper simming. The ones that get published are just the ones that perform the best for, like, fast throw, and then whatever just performs the best in general. But there's so much simming being done by the Astro mentors on balance.
Yeah, and then you play Sage, and the people are like, why are you playing Sage? Just use your scholar stuff.
Yes.
Ah, Sage.
Because Sage is bad this patch.
Getting 8 collectibles out of a collectible
Sexy.
node is
Sexy.
and then the I don't know what's in English called, the node refresh.
Oh.
Ah,
Node
but then my
refresh?
luck left me.
Yeah, they added a level 100 passive that has a low chance to fully reset the node and your gathering points. And it can trigger on any node, including timed nodes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's sexy when it happens.
Yeah, that's really sexy. Damn.
It's really good. It's a really low chance, but every time it happens, you're like, oh, the node window isn't exiting. Is it happening?
Yeah. the target bar does not disappear.
Is it
And you
happening?
just yes.
Yeah. For me, when it happened this week, I was like, is it happening or is my internet dying? It's time for 80s Gundam. Gundam time.
The double girl warrior.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
I love Metem. He is the best announcer of all time.
He totally is.
My favorite line of his still is just, a lariat. Some of the brute bomber is still in there.
You can keep up.
Just the genuine surprise at seeing a lariat.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
Also, the little gasp, it's just... I mean, like, he was written as a really good announcer, but I love that the delivery of his lines actually matches the character. They hired a really good actor for him. Which is not normal for FF14 side characters. That have, like, 4 lines per batch. I wonder who they used. I should check the credits.
I do like
Don't know
toying
if
with my prey.
he's in the main credits.
He should be.
Yeah, he should.
Ah. Okay, I didn't see the first one. Oops.
Yeah, I mean, because it's. I don't know if they patched it because of spoiler reasons. When you first complete 7.0,
Maybe.
the raid was not out yet.
Fly true.
But you saw his face
The earth is mine to
in the little
command.
cutscene. He was the person who announced the Arcadion would reopen.
Yeah, but without voice lines. Oh.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Maybe. But I bet I can just Google who voices matter.
Not bad. Not bad. But we've scarcely begun.
I feel like this is the kind of song that will be like for now, and then after we've progged it for a month, I'll just really like it.
There's a lot of fun in there. So a lot of different sections.
It also just helps to hear a song just a lot. It will grow on you if you hear it 17,000 times.
Re-exposure effect.
Yeah. Come on, just kill it. Yep. Nah, that's not going through. The head is casting it.
Where are my biting wings?
But cute that everyone's still lined up for it.
Plays have become better.
Yeah.
Still you stand. How delightful.
Not nearly enough to warrant being so bad after hundreds of hours.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
I get one shot.
Colossal thing come from? He's put the Colossus to the sword.
According to Google, Metam's English voice actor is Ciaran Owens.
Oh.
Never heard of them.
Are they in this game as someone else? Because usually for these characters they reuse an actor.
Cockle Dunkle
Oh.
is the same voice.
But they're not out of the fight yet.
Okay.
Is that
I don't remember the character.
I do
the one
remember that name.
we spoke to just before we in Endwalker did the call? Hey, we need some ore from the Elegance. Please give. Is that the guy?
I definitely remember the name. I think he is the engineer who designed the engine of the ship. The spaceship. Yeah, that's
Exactly,
that's
that's
what
what
I
I was
meant.
It's the little potato.
Yeah, the engineer
In
who
Shadowbringers.
created the thing. No, it should be Endwalker, right? Not Shadowbringers.
Endwalker, yeah.
Yeah, who the engineer who designed the propulsion engine of the spaceship. I was like, I know that name. Who is that again?
Oh,
I will
Funny.
not do my first. when I have
Cockle
no
is
buffs.
also a blacksmith in Final Fantasy IV.
Oh, really?
Try this.
Cool.
Well, that fits with Endwalker.
Yeah, it does. Here. I always go too late.
Too much for the challenger. They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
I mean, the
nice.
best Agmorn in the entire tier is definitely the paint one. With the fun floor texture. It's so good. Ow. Nice. People thought he'd die and get kicked off the platform. Ooh. Ah, right, the glasses. The glasses. I've been booped. Oh no. Wow. Fox has arrived. What the fuck is that sage's picture? Hello?
Hmm?
Look at the sage. What?
I couldn't.
What's that adventure plate? Excuse me.
Well,
Damn. I didn't even know that male Hughes had access to that hairstyle.
they lifted a lot of gender restrictions.
Whoops. Yes. That is a man.
I can't find the German voice actor for Metam.
Oh. Sad.
Oh.
But yeah, I love
Google,
Metam.
Google is just. Did you mean FF14 Meltem?
Melton?
Melt him?
Or in the section other questions, who speaks Mateon? So, no, that's
No.
not what I asked.
Put Metam in quotation marks in your Google search.
Comments. What are we getting? Benui or the new
forces-
one? That's somehow
Ubuntu.
worse.
It's always Benui, though.
I got the new one twice and it's kind of worse. The bosses
I
are just
couldn't
way more
compare because I
annoying.
only did this twice.
Ah, that is. You get to compare.
Nah.
Wow.
Oh wait, what?
There are beasts ahead of you. They must have gotten in and made themselves at home.
No.
I mean, Shale voice lines definitely carry this dungeon for me. But the first boss is just annoying as fuck because it keeps leaving.
The German voice acting this patch is really good, too.
But I just like Shale. She's cool.
Yeah. Shale's really cool. I love that she gets more attention in the patches thus far.
Yeah, I said this before, but what I said on stream when I was getting into the patch is like, what I wanted out of this patch is more screen time for characters who just got no screen time in the base patch.
Cry.
There's a hatch nearby that leads inside.
And Shale was among those
Look for an
people.
opening.
I wanted more screen time for new characters that just didn't really get to have any development because all of the time they had for new characters had to be occupied by the most important new character.
I actually like that we got triple Sphene.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the side characters were like very underappreciated on the base patch, which is mostly just a pacing issue. Because I can't really isolate anything in the story that they could really remove without either losing character development or actual story beats.
Quite a bit of Shaloni can be skipped.
I don't know.
But but Shaloni itself is important because that's where Heritage Found is.
No, it's not. Shaloni
Well,
is a
part
different
of
section.
Shaloni is...
No, it's not. It's Yasulani.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm detecting some
No.
You'll have to deal with
A name that never comes up.
Shaloni was the region, right?
No, Shaloni
No.
is just that one area.
Yeah.
The region is
What you-
called Shaktural.
Yeah.
That's... I thought the continent itself
Yeah.
wasn't the region.
No, it's...
No, the continent is Tural.
Yeah. And the northern
Yeah,
half
then
is
you
called
have the north.
Shaktural.
Then you have the north and the south half of the big.
Yeah.
No, I thought like
ravine.
the whole region was called
No.
Shaloni
No, no.
because we don't...
Shaloni is just the Wild West area.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
then...
Yasulani was part of the Wild West area, that's what I meant.
No, it's not part of Shaloni. Yasulani is the neighboring region of Shaloni. The one that was destroyed when the orb appeared and merged with the 9th, as we now know.
Yes.
When he said that, I was like, that's Ashian knowledge.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is why I hate this boss, because it keeps fucking leaving.
My buffs.
And then you just go here, because you can't be hit here no matter where it goes. Because it doesn't have enough movement to go where it could hit you. This boss is really boring too. But yeah. The area that was consumed by the dome was called Yasulani. And it is where a lot of the Bnui tribes are.
Yeah, as I said, I thought like Yasulani was part of
No.
thing.
It would have been an entire new map if it had existed. I mean, it is.
Because of
The
how it
geography
looks,
is
because
still
it
there.
looks like very Wild West.
That's just the general style, but that doesn't mean it's sub-area of the geographical location of Shaloni. It's
You
just
stupid bug.
It's just that, you know, they were manifesting destiny or something.
Now, proceed to the access hatch and head inside.
The, like, local population of Shaloni are the Mikote.
The Red Zaro.
Yeah. And then the native population of Yasulani are the Viera. They kind of lived there for most of the time. And we know how big Yasulani would have been because the geography is still there. There's just, you know,
An additional item.
an additional thing on it now. But Heritage Found's geography is mostly Yasulani.
I know.
The
The
one
only
that's
confusion I
a
had it was about the
Yeah.
name of the region.
the one that's a sub area is the dungeon, Yuayawata. That's a sub region of Yasulani. Which is
Those
still
names.
impressive that I can remember that name.
Construction was apparently
Yeah.
a constant battle against the rising water level.
Why am I on a different rail?
Because, I don't know, you're stinky.
Castle. It meant a lot to them. It's upsetting to think
Your
the
mum.
preservation's terminal is in this place.
Lore.
Oh. I just saw I'm 32 midterms short for this week.
I'm really happy that they do, like, cultural sensitivity consulting for these areas. Because it makes them so much more interesting. If you compare it to, like, Othard, where everything is basically just feudal Japan, but then you have feudal Japan, but with a Chinese paint job.
So, you have come. Let us measure your strength.
I also saw a lot of people get upset that Korea isn't there, but I think the time period they choose didn't have Korea. I think what would be Korea would still be part of China during that time period.
I don't know about the history of Korea.
Neither do I. I might be wrong there. I need to move. How annoying. And the main theme is a minor key, so you know it's serious. I love battle themes. Ugh. Why is the person who is the furthest out suddenly running in? Like, yeah, us two were struggling to get, like, a position where we wouldn't kill each other. But why did the other person suddenly also run in?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's stupid. Goodbye. Maybe because they don't know what they're doing.
This other Viper. From what I saw in the stream, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The positioning from this person is weird.
What the shit was that?
That was an assassination attempt on my life.
I love being able to play this game at a high level because I can be in a dungeon just constantly watching and judging other people. Who are you, Alize? Why did you LB the mid-boss? Excuse me?
Why not?
That was hardly a challenge.
Because we won't have LB for the final boss, where it would have been way more helpful.
Doesn't it reset before the final boss?
I don't think we get...
No.
Do we get a bar back?
We get a second bar.
Could be... I could be wrong. Yeah, but the first one won't be full. Unless you play exceptionally bad.
Well, the Viper's trying.
True. Ah, they're getting hit on purpose to do another LB. I get it.
You don't get it.
I don't get it.
Farming, gathering scripts is so much cool gameplay.
I don't know if I should be quoting John Jafari in this day and age.
He's still funny. He's
He
just
had-
a dick.
He had one too many scandals.
Didn't he just have one?
He had a couple incidents where he said something vaguely or really racist.
Oh wait, I thought it was just once. That makes it worse.
Yeah, no, it kind of kept happening, as far as I know. The quotes are still funny. It's just like he's an awful person, apparently.
Oh, it's a. Did you see the trailer for the new Naked Gun film? They are making.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
In the English trailer, especially, there was a joke at the end where multiple people are kneeling before some pictures of deceased
OJ's family.
people, and the new what was his name? Never said it.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, the new one. Was kneeling before a picture of who was the original Naked Gun? Oh goddamn.
Was it OJ? No.
No.
No, another bad person.
Cosby?
The original Naked Gun guy.
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Hang on. Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie.
There was a picture from Leslie Nielsen and the new
You are in trouble,
main
Professor.
character
But I have something
was
I
kneeling
won't
and
test you yet.
crying, and then there was the new black cop. What was
This
the
machine has long guarded these crumbling halls.
who will be the new one for O.J. Simpson? And he was not crying. The camera zoomed in on him, and he was so. Nah.
This is what we call due diligence.
Yes, that's funny. Like, nah.
Because O.J. Simpson is a horrible person.
Yes.
Well,
Definitely killed her.
the glove didn't fit. Because he wore another one, by the way.
Let's introduce more weaponry.
Uh,
I can't believe it.
it's one of
American
those
justice
things
system.
where it's like, you know, officially, sure, but like we all know.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think if officially everyone knows, you shouldn't be out there.
but that's how the justice system
Let us
works.
see what this.
Yeah, I love the injustice system.
These protections are there so people cannot be convicted of crimes they haven't committed.
Yeah.
Even if the public really thinks they did.
Adaptability.
And most of the time, this works. It's just, like, sometimes, like, this, unfortunately, it doesn't. But I'd still rather have these protections than not.
Yeah, I didn't mean like these protections should never exist. That's not what I was saying.
Hello.
What is the other Viper doing? Holy moly!
I have no idea. Draining my will to live. And all of my resources. They do know that you don't get a price for collecting 10 of those, right?
For you to die
Unless
here
dying
would
is
save
your
the trouble
price.
later.
I think the other Viper is farming some stacks. 4? Oh, it's crazy. This fight 4?
Hello. Whoops. Yup. I'm not rezzing.
What?
Come on! This fight
so
is
much-
not that hard.
I have so much more space now.
They'll get angry. There's 25% left.
Man.
I don't want to be that toxic. Never, please. I would like to not die.
I'm beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal.
I like the line of, I'm beginning to understand how you were able to defeat Queen Eternal. To think that it was that guy all along.
why is the enemy a techno twink?
Because, like, in that one line, in this random dungeon encounter, he confirms that Queen Eternal was also his creation.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's not that hard to not get hit by the fucking railgun.
How does
Please.
it confirm that it was his creation?
Because he monitored the fight. Why would he do that if he didn't make it?
Well, yeah, he also kind of said that everything was his plan. And that he...
No, but the thing...
Even
the thing I'm talking about is... He named the robot fighting version of the Eternal Sveen Queen Eternal. Which is a name that is never uttered in the story, I think. Except for maybe by her.
Yes,
No.
by her.
In the memory, in the memosphere. So,
by her.
him knowing that name means he either got footage out of her data from inside the terminal, or he designed that himself. He designed the combat form
So
and named it in her code.
According to himself, the actions of the Endless Sveen was perfectly calculated beforehand.
Yeah, he
knew
definitely
that
created
she would
her.
go this way.
So that fact, together with that he knew the name of the boss, implies to me that it implies to me that he created the boss design as well. Because if everything went to plan, that includes, like, assuming that combat shape. So it was probably authored by him. Like, he designed that combat shape. He just sat down one day in Blender and was like, you know what this needs?
And Endless Sveen was like, oh, there's a file here. I will use that. Because I don't think Endless Sveen would have these mechanics.
Yeah. It was all just tech twink. I can't believe it.
Yeah. It so reminded me of how Stormblood introduced Asahi.
Yes, he does give big Asahi vibes. If
His
that's,
voice is not as punchable, though.
if that's another shard of Fandaniel, I'm going to shit myself.
That would be so funny. Sadly, we cannot confirm whether it is a shard of Fandaniel because the memory crystal is gone.
Yeah.
That would give him his memories.
Unless he was awakened. And he was the Asian who orchestrated the catastrophe. Like,
Why am I stupid?
the fact that he knew Sveen in life means he was there when the kingdom ended. He wasn't digitized from the living population later. Everything here was his design, including like the Everkeep and all of its systems. So he definitely was there before. And his name heavily implies that he's from another kingdom, probably Lindblom. Because he has a word as a name that's commonly used as the descriptor for a part of a plant.
The calyx.
Yes. It just means husk or pod. But yeah.
So I think he can't be Fandaniel. It doesn't make logical sense. it doesn't work out.
It would be annoying to me to have that again.
Why do we have to treat? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Also, there's no reason why a second child of Fandaniel should reject his own heritage and have the same delusions as Amon. Because our Fandaniel was not like Hermes. He was Amon. He had a few characteristics of Hermes, like his inquisitiveness. But he very flat out rejected the memories of Hermes.
So the thing is, Fandaniel, the Ashian, and at the same time in Asahi's body, would have had to exist at the same time as Calyx. Because Calyx was the entire time in the 9th.
Yeah.
So it cannot be Fandaniel.
Well,
I'm still saying Pasharot or Halmarut.
It could be. Because he got digitized. Which means maybe the other Ascians considered him dead. Because they didn't know what happened to him. Or at the very least, they just realized, like, we couldn't rely on this guy anymore because he can't leave. Because he's tied to living memory forever. So they awakened another one.
That would be possible, yeah.
Even if the time periods don't add up, because it's only been a couple of 100 years in the 9th and like what, 3,000 in the source?
Yeah, but time
dilation is very much a thing between reflections.
I do think it's Halmarut though, because Halmarut was all about like evolution and stuff.
It would also be really fucking lame for them to do the same Ashian again, so I don't think they will.
I would like the people to be mad though.
As a writer, I wouldn't do that. Like, I have more Ascians to explore.
Also, it's possible that he isn't an Ascian and just had contact with them.
Yeah. He could just be a smart boy.
Yeah.
Being desperately deadly sick will do that to a smart boy.
Calexo Paradise Punch.
Yes.
He's funky minging.
I also do love that his name means husk. For someone who is that, like, emotionally dead and who had a degenerative disease from birth, that's an insanely good name. But also, bro, those parents... Like, our boy is deathly sick, like a husk of a person. That's it!
Honey! I have an idea! I read comments like, oh wow, he has a VTuber backstory.
Yes. He's Iron Mouse for real, for real.
As we all know, every VTuber needs to be chronically ill.
I love that how Rin Penrose treated it with a chronic illness reveal stream. Every VTuber has a chronic disease. Even if it is crippling depression.
Which is most of them.
Yes. Oh, just trans. And you don't want to put your flesh face on the internet because you don't
this is
like
my
it.
Flesh tube.
I love that. I love calling people who use a face cam flesh tubers. It is so fucking funny. Or in my case, where it's trans, and also, this is the way I can be a snake on the internet. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have this issue where I want to have a better VTuber model because I get like performance anxiety when I look at like professional VTubers. But also like
Not everyone can be Shy Lily.
I can't. Nah, I'm not talking about Shy Lily. She doesn't even have remotely the most impressive model I've seen. That's Limu.
She has one of the some of the best rigging I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I wanted, Limu is
Limu
insane.
has insane rigging. And she does all of it herself, apparently.
Whoa.
The rigging, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
The models
Nah.
were from other people, like.
Yeah. That's like what I would do for 2D. I don't really want to learn 2D first. I want to learn 3D first. Because I think that works better with how my brain does things. The main issue I have when I want to do 2D art is I can't, like, project in my head. I have a hard time imagining how a 3D object would look in 2D. So doing it in 3D in the first place would be better for how my brain perceives shapes. And also, I have a
is
friend.
something you can train.
I have a friend who is really good at 2D art. So if I want a 2D model, I can just, you know, pay Niesh to draw it for me and then rig it myself. Because rigging I can do. And also, I want 2 heads, so I'm not making anyone rig that. No. That's painful. But yeah, the problem is when... So, some people, when they see something really cool and they are frustrated about their own ability, they sit down and learn. And for, like, programming, I do have that. When I'm like, oh, this is really cool, but I don't want to pay 1,000 euros for it. So I'm just going to make it myself, but scaled down for just the features I need. But for artwork, it's like, whoa, this model is really good. I'll never have a model like this, and then I give up on learning art. Because it's very demotivating for me to see what I'm up against in the VTubing space.
I completely understand that.
Another reason why I don't want to do 2D art is because it would take way longer for me to get good enough at 2D art to do my VTuber model than to get good enough at 3D art to do my VTuber model, because in 3D you can take shortcuts. And in 2D you can't. Like, sure, if I wanted to use this model for a video game, I should probably make sure that it's, like, properly modeled and all of the loops are good. But if I just want to do VTubing, all I need to look out for is if the blend shapes work and the model doesn't come apart when they are applied. And that's it. Also, adding physics is much easier in 3D. Because Live 2D has this weird pendulum stuff. And in 2D you can just assign physics to part of the model. If you're smart, you also make your VTuber model in parts. Like, you model the clothing separate from the body. Like in both art forms, actually. It's also smart to make a Barbie doll version of your 2D model.
Yeah, that's just common sense.
And then layer your clothing over that. Kind of rigging the clothes separately.
Also hairstyles and
yeah,
such thingies.
Yes. And then obviously when you reveal the model, you mix up your toggles, turn off all your outfit, and get banned.
No hips!
It wouldn't be a new model without a Twitch ban, would it?
Oh, whoops, boobies!
Yep. There's
Let me
so
guess.
many.
Monarch?
No, everyone. There's so many VTubers that get banned because they accidentally turn off their entire outfit. It's just a one-day Twitch ban, but you know. Stream over. Goodbye. Because, like, you still get banned on Twitch, even if it was accidental. You just get banned for one day instead of permanently, if it was accidental. It's about the principle of the rules there. One of the few instances where Twitch has actually been principled in enforcing their rules.
Happens.
Yeah, but just make sure don't use a wood mannequin for making poses,
Yes.
because that's also sexual.
Of course.
Isn't Twitch great?
Yeah, I mean, they have like, what, 5 people reviewing these cases? Or something? Twitch is a bit understaffed in that department. I wish Amazon would just allow Twitch to be a loss runner. Like Google does with YouTube.
Google is no longer a loss.
No, YouTube, I think, still loses money.
Last year it made more money than it cost.
How? It has so much storage. How?
At least that's what I've read.
I mean, I'll believe it if it's an official report, but like, how? What did they do?
YouTube Premium.
Honestly, yeah. Subscriptions are so much more valuable than ads. Which is why Turbo is back.
I would get Turbo.
Me. I have Turbo. Why? Why are you asking?
Nobody asked.
You said who would get Turbo. Or did I mishear?
I would get Turbo.
Oh, that's a different statement than what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's see if it works.
What works?
Materia.
Mmm.
I was stupid about buying my materia.
Oh, no.
I bought a bunch of GP materia 12,
Why?
and I don't need them.
Why would you do that?
Oh.
I don't know, because I'm stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call yourself stupid. Let me do it.
Bruh. But yeah.
That's what friends are for.
3D is definitely something I want to do. I think my PC should be able to handle a 3D VTuber model and a game. Not a given, actually. It depends on how well I optimize the model. But in general. Yeah. I still want a 2D model especially for collab streams, because VTube Studio has this cool integration where if both people have the DLC, you can actually like have the model show up in the other person's VTube Studio and your tracking data to be transmitted to them. So
That's
your model
cool.
is rendered live in their VTS next to their model.
So no camera shenanigans.
Exactly. You don't need to worry about encoding, because while the model files are large, you only need to transmit them once. And from then, it's just like the tiny position datagrams that need to be streamed instead of a full video for every participant. And I don't think that has support for 3D models as well. And I don't think there's any good solution that combines both. I mean, I guess I could run VTS with, like, no model. But there's, I think, no comparable solution for 3D model in any of the 3D VTubing software. Also, sometimes you just don't have the free available resources to use a 3D model. And you gotta use a 2D one. Because PC bad, or game too good.
I ran out of material.
Welcome to my life. I mean, I'm fine with the belts I'm missing. I'll not go get... I won't get them.
Yeah, we have time.
I don't need them. I get my spell speed here. This isn't really worth it. Not for the 0.1% extra dot damage. I have the melds on the items that I will keep until I can get a late stage raid item. So I really don't care.
How expensive are the trousers? The legs?
Trousers.
Fuck you.
90 something? Or was it also 825?
Oh no.
It's 825.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the same as the chest.
So I need 55 more.
All right, we were talking earlier about like my overstretched ankle. And like how people found out that cooling it actually doesn't help with the healing at all. When it comes to that, like applying cold or like any other temperature, I just listened to my body. And my body was like, please put warm on this. So I put warm on this. And it got better.
Warmth.
Actually, like, when I was like waking up today, I had like proper bruises there and stuff. And I was feeling like, okay, my body wants this to be warmed. So I just went and took a shower. And after that, it felt a lot better and the bruises were gone. So my body was telling me, hey, I need heat to decoagulate this blood and get it out of here. And I applied heat and it did that. Amazing what you can accomplish by just listening to what your body tells you.
Preposterous.
Yeah. But there's definitely situations where you should listen to a doctor. Because, like, anything that concerns the inside guts is, like, confusing to your body. But, like, external injuries like this, like surface injuries, your instinct is usually pretty good. Like, put it in a position where it doesn't experience pain and check if anything's broken is usually good enough. If something's broken, and then you could potentially cause it to grow back together incorrectly if you just put it in the position where it's in the least pain. So yeah, definitely there to consult a doctor, but if it's just overstretched, just like rest it. Listen to your body. If your body tells you that hurts, like maybe stop doing it. It's a good idea generally.
That's something I'm really bad at. If something hurts, I keep doing it.
Yeah, no.
Because it hurts so good.
But I should also say, I have a really sturdy body. And I also have a really fast healing body. So I kind of have the best of both worlds there. There's people who get injured a lot easier, and there's people who are injured a lot longer than I am. I've never broken a bone in my body in the 28 years that I've spent on this planet. And that is not for lack of trying. Accidentally. I have fallen down entire flights of stairs. I've dropped down ditches. I've fallen off a garage roof one time. Never broke a bone in my body. Never. Not once.
Same.
Just very sturdily built. And that was all in the time before I was also very heavy. Where obviously the weight will add an element of risk from falling. Because there's just going to be more momentum going into your body. But
there's so much more energy that
the fat also acts as a dampener for the impact. So it kind of balances out up until a certain weight. But that was before all that. Like, I was a kid and was fine. Or like a young adult and I was fine. And then when I do get hurt, it usually only lasts for a couple days at most if it's really bad. I think the longest I've ever been sick was a full week. And that was during COVID. Like, COVID knocked me out for a full 7 days of not being able to exist without pain.
When I get sick, it's usually like I'm really sick, and then I go to sleep for 15 hours, and then I'm much better.
Yeah. So I do get, like, a cold or something every once in a while. And for me, they kind of always go the same, where the symptoms are kind of, like, coming in order. Like, for the first day, I will have really insane coughing. And then for the second day, I will have, like, throat on fire. And then for the third day, my nose will just be expelling an ocean. And then the fourth day, I'm fine. I just go through the symptom list one at a time.
That's very convenient.
Weird. It's weird. It happens very rarely that I have a lot of symptoms at the same time. Again, during COVID, which knocked me out for a week. I was just suffering. But yeah. I've been blessed by life with a very durable body, which I am very grateful for. But I also got cursed with, like, fucked up eyes, so I think it balances out. I get to heal, like, an overstretched ankle in 3 days, but I also have to pay 500 euros for a pair of glasses. Checks and balances. Checks and balances. That's not an exaggerated amount, by the way. My current pair of glasses actually cost 500 euros.
Well, that's
Actually, a
what
bit
you get
more.
for having fucked up glasses. You put the skill points in the wrong column.
I put the skill points into, like, bone strength, and then I was like, what do you mean my eyesight is at negative 50? And that was too late. I already clicked
you had
save.
to scroll down.
Yeah. It wasn't a drop down, like in one of those, like, you need to click on it and then it opens up.
Please enter your phone number. Here's the drop down.
I love that. Like, I love these, like, cursed UI elements. My favorite one of those, like, competitions, collections, whatever, was the cursed volume slider one. Personal favorite out of the entire list is regular volume slider, like one of those bars that you get on Spotify or whatever. Like where you hover over the volume button and then you get a pop-up with a little bar in it. But the slider was actually along the short side of the bar. So it was a vertical bar, horizontal volume slider. Delicious.
There were so many creative ideas.
Yeah. There's one where you need to inflate the volume and it slowly deflates over time and gets quieter.
What in the Mario Party is that?
Yes. Very silly. UI design is my passion. You know what's the greatest mystery to me of FF14 still? Based on having met his mother, where did Aaronville pick up that accent?
You know the people who are doing an accent just to get attention?
Yeah.
Or he just wanted to fuck up the researchers and it's stuck.
A test of your reflexes. Oh no.
Test of your researchers.
Why is Xenos in my chat?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? He's pretty. He should be.
He is pretty. Pretty dead? Oh!
He was such a divisive character, but they did him justice.
Yeah, they fixed him. Like, not as a person, but as a character.
Yeah. He had a very fitting end.
He's very much still unfixed as a person. Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
you can't fix that.
Damn, boy.
Girls, you cannot fix him. Stop trying.
Girls will never stop trying.
How pretty do a person has how pretty does a person have to be for people to overlook such flaws?
Oh yeah, my neighbor's daughter is apparently celebrating into her birthday today. Like it's tomorrow and they are celebrating through the night.
Yeah.
In the garden downstairs. It's not too loud.
In the garden. Home garden.
Like, I can hear it a little bit right now, but that's only because I have, like, microphone loop through to my headphones.
Party.
I don't think anyone on stream can hear it. The music is too loud.
I don't hear it.
You are not on stream. You're getting filtered through Discord very severely.
Oh no, I'm getting filtered.
Severely.
No.
Because my pussy pops severely and yours don't.
No, I got defiltered.
It's such an iconic video. Bitch, why you mad? Because my pussy pops severely and yours don't.
I had just in my head something with Neurosama.
Ah.
Filtered.
I do have that here.
Filtered.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes, that's one.
Filtered.
Why filtered though?
It's what she outputs if the message she originally wanted to say failed the not getting banned on Twitch filter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vidal has a second AI just for filtering
Yeah.
Euro.
Yes. And it has to be AI because it needs to filter like statements, not just words. There's always the chance that the filter fails, Nero says the N-word, and he gets banned forever.
No.
That's what you get when you're streaming with your AI toy. I think that's what I like about the whole Neurosummer situation. It's like, Nero is his toy. He's the VTuber.
Yeah.
She's his pet project. Other than, like, not even during the subathon, she was really, like, doing anything when he wasn't there. Because he programmed, like, a sleep mode, and she went to sleep during his sleeping hours. He really just doesn't want her to be the VTuber, because that would be bad. That's also why he'll never publish... That's also why he'll never publish, like, her code. So, because, like, then people would definitely use her to make fake VTubers and make money that way. By having a VTuber that's just live 24/7.
Like, I've seen videos about what was his name? Quabblecop.
Oh,
Never heard of him.
good.
But yeah, like we have enough AI slop. We don't need AI VTubers, like full AI VTubers with no human intervention. The reason Euro is funny is because there is human interaction in that stream.
But that's what Quabblecop is.
Yeah, I don't like it. Just ban it. Get out.
He had a burnout or something, or doesn't want to stream
He
anymore.
used to be a normal person.
And then he invented or made an AI with his own personality to completely what's the word?
Replace him?
Yeah, replace him. And some of the YouTube shorts are just an AI reacting to AI-generated videos.
Bruh. I hate the AI content mill. It's so low quality. I actually saw one of those AI slop videos the other day that was so bad that I think it just ruined my interest in these split screen videos where there's some satisfying video and then the pirated content next to it. Where someone
hate them.
Where someone in the satisfying video half of the screen cut a non-stick pan into the shape of a spatula and then used it in a worse pan.
I think that's funny.
I was like, no, I'm not watching this shit. What is that?
Every time I get a video where some Minecraft jump and run gameplay or some shit is in the background and it has nothing to do with the words that I'm hearing, I instantly scroll past.
Am I the asshole? I 17.
I can't do this. I'm not that TikTok brained. I need to see that what's talked about.
Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, so I do like a couple of YouTubers who just have Minecraft parkour in the background to have something interesting going on while they are reading out like Reddit posts. I only watch those videos if the person reading is actually human, though. Because at this point, I know most of the AI voices and can just scroll past if I hear one of them. Obviously, could very much be that the person just trained an AI on their own voice, but I don't care. I like funny Reddit stories. They're funny. And all of the Reddit YouTuber mans that I liked watching have stopped uploading for some reason. There's only MK left, and I don't like most of their narrators.
You don't like Click?
He's not an. I mean, he's a bit long for my taste.
Yeah,
I don't want
that's what I like about his videos.
I don't want like an hour of Reddit. I want like 10 minutes. The format that's perfect for me is like PMC more.
That's really short.
Yeah, but I want to be able to do something else. Because I pay attention to the video and I don't want to like just watch that one thing for an hour.
Oh, when I only listen to Click's content.
Nah. I want to get invested in the Reddit stories. Also, there's a couple of people on YouTube Shorts that I just always smile when I come across them. That one Irish carpenter. I don't know if you've seen his content. He's just always doing woodworking in his videos.
No.
He's really fun. And just woodworking. Oh. Carpentry.
Do you get Mercury Stardust?
Then...
Your trans handyman?
No, I don't. I get a random home inspector every once in a while.
Oh, he's amazing.
Who's like, that's awful, that's shit. I can't tell you who the builder is. Picks up a sign with the builder's name on it. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
What is that doing here? Oops.
I have been sued. Again.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite one of the flaws that he found in one of his videos was a load-bearing piece of tape. It was one of those lowered ceilings with like those ceiling tiles that you usually screw to a metal support that screws into a crossbeam. You know, like one of those office ceilings, or like just in general a lowered ceiling. That's not the actual ceiling, but there's trusses, and then you hang these like gypsum plates off of them. The plate that had a ceiling lamp on it was just taped to the support beam. Load-bearing piece of tape. Why would you do that? I also saw a video, I think yesterday, that was just like comparing German roofing and American roofing.
Yeah,
and
I saw that one too.
You just had people like laying shingles, just like screwing things in, and then it like cut over to the American side, and people were like stapling paper to the to like a what is it called? Pressspan. Pressboard. To a pressboard roof. It's like, oh, that's not a roof. Sad. I mean, I get why people in the US build homes like that. If it's in a tornado region, buying shingles just isn't worth it, because you're not gonna have them next year.
Yeah, the shingles thing I get. I don't get the... We build up houses out of paper. Not Gabby B made a video about that. And his argument is so invalid that the entire comment section called him out.
Wow. I think it had something to do with thermals. Like, there was some reasoning back in the day why they wouldn't do brick and mortar houses. And they just never changed. There's a couple of regions where you do get brick and mortar houses. Because the paper would just not withstand the weather in that area. You get these paper houses in arid climates that don't flood often and that don't have storms often. Where you don't really need like good insulation because the winter never gets that cold. And you don't need like weather durability because the weather never gets that extreme. It's just like in Germany, we have a climate where you need good insulation in the winter. So our houses are built like with sturdy materials and good insulation.
Sadly, our houses are ovens.
Yeah.
People make fun like, oh, Europeans, they can't. They say it's so hot and it's only 37 degrees. And we in Florida have it so much worse. First of all, yes, you live in Florida.
Yeah, like, why do you live in Florida? Just move. Leave.
But also, we have houses that are like literally like a stone oven.
Our houses are constructed to be warm in the winter, not cold in the summer. If you are in the American Midwest, like in that super arid region, we have mostly farms and like maybe the odd tornado if you're unlucky. Like you have houses that have good natural air circulation, so they never get that warm or that stuffy. And then you slap an AC on it to cool it down even more. Every American house is outfitted with an AC, and we just don't have that. Because
and the reason why is that we don't.
The reason why is that we really didn't need to for a long time, and then the climate happened, and now we have way hotter summers than we used to.
We have like 50% less snow days than we had 20 years ago.
Yeah. And we also have a like notable amount of degrees more in the summer than we had 20 years ago.
Yeah, but the warming of the winter is like the most noticeable thing.
That is why you have houses where people are retrofitting ACs. My upstairs neighbor, who lives in the roof apartment, a very German thing to have, an apartment in the roof, actually has an AC sticking out of his like garden-facing window. Like a proper AC, one with an external unit that he installed in the window. Because, yeah, it's a roof. It gets fucking hot in the summer. Of course he has an AC unit. He's the owner, so he can just do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your upstairs neighbor is your landlord?
No.
Or does he own the flat?
So this is a 6-house situation. It's 6 houses in a row, all connected, all joined. And the entire property is co-owned by the individual owners of the apartments. So if you buy here, you own the apartment and you can do anything to the interior of the apartment that you want, as long as it doesn't affect the like stability of the building, of course. You can't knock down a load-bearing wall. But you will very quickly notice that you can't knock down that wall because the floor will come down. So, if you want to do something to the outside of the building, like for instance, if you start a plumbing business and you want to install a sign on the outside of the building, you would have to talk to all of the owners, which with 3 apartments per house that is 18 people. Or like 17 people, not counting yourself. And ask them all for permission to alter something about the exterior of any of the buildings. Like, you don't just need to ask your 2 neighbors, you need to ask all 17 other owners for permission. Because everyone co-owns an 18th of the property that the house is built on. That's how the ownership works here. But most people who live here only own, like, that one apartment. So, that 1/18th of the property. And my landlord doesn't live here. He moved back to his house, which he has. He actually told me why he lived here for a year. Apparently, his wife and him said they needed a timeout. So he just moved out for a year. So they could have a timeout, and then he moved back in. Which, honestly, is a pretty healthy thing to do in a long-term relationship, because, you know, at some point you just get camp fever. And you just need a timeout.
Camp fever is such a...
Yeah.
Such a... I wanted to say famos. This is... not correct. I won't have the weapon for tomorrow, but that's as good at it as it's gonna get.
Yes.
I managed to have 3 successful risky material insertions, whatever they're called.
3 of them. Pog.
Yeah. I spent over 50.
Yeah. Like, again, when I made niche items and she traded me 34 spell speed materia, I lost all of them on a 17% meld.
Oh, I didn't talk about, like, materia 11. I talked about 12.
Yeah, I know.
That's just normal.
That's still a 17% meld. The chance is the same.
It feels so bad.
Yeah, but like a 1 meld, 17% chance, 43 materia just gone.
Yeah, that can be happen.
That's how you spot a really good and true RNG.
Yeah, that's good RNG, because sometimes you get it in 1, and then the next one in 7, and sometimes you just burn an entire stack, and it's all gone. Fuck you.
I personally like that, like, League of Legends uses an RNG method where the longer you don't crit, the higher the chance you crit.
Yes.
Yeah, so
until it averages out.
League of Legends guarantees the percentage over the length of the game, where Final Fantasy guarantees the percentage over infinity.
Oh, League of Legends does it like per fight.
The fight, more like,
Oh, then it's, but like, League of Legends guarantees the chance over a shorter period of time than infinity.
Yeah.
If you do infinite melds, 17% of them will go in.
Yeah.
I don't want to do infinite melds.
I was so lucky when I did my crafter over melts.
My craft overmelds are done. The only reason why I need buff food at all for these crafts is because I never bother to do the tools, because no. Just no.
I found a rotation for the end crafts where I don't need buff food.
Yeah, I just need HQ items too for those.
But for the pre-crafts, the 3-star 35 durability. I need Buffood.
Yeah, same. It's not too bad. And it doesn't take too long either. Like, it takes about 2 hours to make a full set. If you don't count doing the timed nodes, which the first time around took me another 3 hours to get everything, I think. Because I just got Omega unlucky. And I also had, like, a stack of buff food and a stack of pots in my list, so I had to collect, like, 90 of the yellow ether sand.
All right,
Instead
I
of
need to
5.
I need to stock up on.
Yeah, I just made them. They're pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean the ether sand. I need to recollect.
Mm-hmm.
Collect more. I
have
don't
like
have
17 of them right now. But I also have like a full stack of pots. So I don't really care right now. The smooth night music. I should sell some of the items I made. Because I think I'm done with filing orders now.
And also, one thing that happened to me while I was crafting my gear, I misclicked on the earrings and started crafting. So I crafted the earrings before, and then clicked again on the earrings. And started crafting. And instead of fucking finishing it and then selling it, no, I cancelled the craft. So
Losing
it was
all
all
materials.
gone.
Cool.
Oh no.
I was so like a bit in panic. Oh fuck! I cancel. Wait, why did I cancel? You stupid.
This was the single most stupid thing you could have done.
Yeah, the worst choice available to you.
Panic is such a beautiful state of being.
Yeah, I always say like the most important ability of a raider is just not panicking if something goes wrong.
We are talking about private. About that. Don't
like,
panic.
Panicking is truly the worst.
Yeah.
I don't have a leather left over. Oh.
In every situation in your life, in team fights, in raids, and anything else where your panic can be your true enemy.
I have 45 ether sand.
So I would like to retire now. To bed, not in life.
And enjoy your
Why
retirement.
am I clarifying?
Enjoy your retirement.
Oh,
yeah.
no retirement.
I have worked for long enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Hard work.
So I am going to do some writing, which I cannot do if I'm talking to people because I have only one speech channel.
You have one brain cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I share it with everyone else in the raid.
Yeah, no, it's the worst. Mom said it's my turn on the brain cell.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
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 Wow, raw black star is worthless.
Damn.
Yes.
I must laugh about the situation about houses in America. I saw some videos from big streamers in Germany. They have this I would say simple content with I will buy my mods everything, and I don't know why, but one of their mods make the joke, oh okay, you can buy me a house. So, and I watched some of these videos and I see you can fucking buy you can buy
You're allowed to
Amazon,
swear. My stream is at 18 plus.
Yeah, you can buy a full equipped house on Amazon. Whereas I'm thinking, what the fuck is happening in the world?
It's probably not including land though. It's just the house.
No land, only house, but full equipped with every what you wish. Chairs, bed.
You know that's called like a like pre-manufactured house.
Yeah.
If you buy land, you can just put one of those on there.
Yeah.
It's if it goes well, it's a lot easier than construction. And they're usually very well put together because they need to survive transport. They are transported to you like one wall at a time. So, yeah.
But this was a realized moment for me that okay, we are on this part of life where you can buy houses on the internet, full equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I want to buy a house. Okay, I'll go to Amazon. Let's go.
Buy a house, click, it's done.
So weird to me to not have any items on my second
Prime delivery.
page.
Yeah, it's Prime delivery.
Prime next day delivery.
Same day delivery.
Same day delivery. Just fuck.
No joke. No joke. It was Prime delivery.
Ah, yes.
That's that.
But not same day though.
Day, not same day. I think the next day.
What?
But the.
Are they gonna get an entire house there in one day?
Buy a house. You got this on the next day. How?
Nice. Yeah, let's fucking do it.
They have a big room.
I mean, they probably have some.
Yeah, but the logistics alone to get it there in one day.
One or two houses lying around.
Yeah, I think too.
I mean, they don't go bad if you store them right. It's a house, not cheese.
Yeah.
And even cheese lasts very long.
But hey, I the fantasy about it. Yeah, say to your partner, hey, I buy a house for us. Ah, it comes tomorrow. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Amazon same day delivery. They just airdrop the house.
A same day delivery.
It comes with the little drones.
Yes.
Yes. So...
They have like 700 drones attached to like a wall, and they slowly lower it onto your property. Like, here's your house. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Ha.
The best quote for this is it's not a flight. It's a flying house.
And then I just imagine you don't give the new address where the house should be.
Yes.
You put in your current address, and then you have just this house wall in your front garden. Huh?
Oh no.
Modern day Carlson from Dach.
Yeah, and the post deliverer put the post on the house floor, and then you see the house is flying back on him. Oh my god. This
Carlson on the Roof is such a weird children's story. Like, what did Astrid Lindgren think? Yeah, there's this guy living on the roof, in a house on the roof, and he has a propeller sticking out of his back. Like, what?
Woohoo!
What wasn't the propeller on his head?
No, back.
I think propeller in the back. Oh, yeah.
Back.
I think only in the head.
Yeah. Definitely back. 100% sure about that one. It's insane to me that you need a teleport ticket to go to the gold saucer from Tulialal.
Mm,
The expensive teleport, why?
I'm for Gamba.
Nah. Oh, but Leap of Faith is on. The jumping puzzle. I'll go do that. Get some MGP. A test of your reflexes.
No, no.
I don't think I've done this one.
Oh, there should be a newish one. Don't know when they added this.
Ah, fuck. Pinecone is mean. Ah, fuck.
That guy just walked off.
Yep. I overshot though, sad. I should probably just skip the nut. Okay, straight to the pinecone.
Skipping the nut.
Yes.
The nut.
Ah, damn it. Okay, it's time for the high-tech strat. The worst part about this is that there's other players. Which makes it really hard to see your position sometimes. Ah, come on. I hate that first pinecone. It's awful. Not a fan. But yeah, I've done this one. I don't know how to do it yet. This one you kind of just wanna, yeah. Then this one you wanna, yes. That nut is mean. Do you sprint there?
So.
Ah! You have such little aerial control in this game. It's infuriating. Short hop. No! That was the shortest one I can do. What do you mean? What do you mean that's too long? Did you make a... Do you need to take a step back on the pinecone? To get to the nut? I think I'll just try to jump to the pinecone immediately. Yeah, that's the play. That's the play. Hello, let me collect that, please. Where's this go? Hello? Whoa! Okay. Holy shit. I want to reach the end. Look in the path. I don't even know where the Cactor trophies are. Like the gold and the other 2 silver. I've not found them.
The golden one is usually near the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
On a separate path.
Just like haven't found them at all. Oh, there's another silver. Oh, that was sus.
Oh!
Oh, this one's fun. That is... no. Fuck it. I'm locking in. I only have 3 minutes until the gate ends. Screw it. I'm not risking doing the whole thing again. The nuts in the beginning are awful. Goodbye. But yeah, that one moment that was a bit sus. The key to goals to jumping puzzles is to commit. I was opening this like, do I have mods installed on this PC? Am I about to get banned? I don't have mods installed on this PC. Let's fucking go. I genuinely forgot. Because like,
What? You are using mods?
no.
Mods user.
No, I never.
I'm actually not using them anymore. I just forgot if I had them like copied over when I rebuilt my PC a couple months ago. And if I did, the Kekpot one would still be on. Because I did try them out before I rebuilt. I got like a whole new hard drive, so this was a genuine question. Am I about to get banned from the game? No. Don't use mods. They're against TOS. It's illegal. But no, I actually don't use mods. There isn't any mod that's worth using, in my opinion. Because all of the quality of life ones that I ever cared about are already implemented in the game. The only thing that I think you can do that I'm still missing from the actual client is a button that copies the current market board sale price to your clipboard. So you don't need to type the 4 digits into the price thing. But everything else Square Enix has implemented for console players and stuff. And then all of the other mods that you could use for this game are just cheating. And I don't like a single one of those, because I want to play the game, not have a mod play the game for me. But also for mini Cactbot, if you really like need a solver for this, there's a website. Use that. Like, you don't need to break TOS. There's a website you can just go to. that does the same shit. You just need to manually enter the numbers. Like, huh?
Like, huh?
I think the only thing I would care is the next macro thingy, but that's because I am lazy.
Oh, you mean the one that lets you chain macros? A feature that they
Yes.
very much intentionally didn't put in the game.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, they absolutely could. They just don't want to. If they wanted you to chain macros, they would have given you the ability to.
The
same thing
them for crafting.
Yeah. I saw people on Balance discuss a mod that lets you queue macros, like OGCDs, and I was just like, they don't let you do that on purpose. You do realize that, right? Like, you can't queue macros for a reason. It's not a tech limitation. They could very much just let you, as proven by the fact that with this patch, consumables are now queued like OGCDs.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's such a good change.
I didn't try it out yet.
I'm gonna do it. I have old pots still. Yep, it works. You can click it during the cast and then it will instantly use once the cast is done. That's so good. No more eating your pot because you clicked it too early. Like, but yeah, if they wanted you to be able to chain macros, they would have given you the ability to. That's not in the game very much as intentional choice. Modding it in is just cheating. Ah, man. And then obviously there's the modifications to the game that are just entirely awful. Like, the one that lets you, like, stalk people based on the new blacklist feature. Which I still can't believe people are blaming Square Enix for. Like, yeah, so Square Enix is attaching your account, like an account ID identifier to every character now, so that they can be filtered client-side instead of server-side. But, like, it's not Square Enix's fault you're using that to stalk people. Because mods are against TOS anyway. They shouldn't have to consider mods when designing this feature. Because if someone does that, they can just ban them. You know? I do get where, like, that where people are coming from saying, like, they could have implemented this filter server-side, but they really couldn't have implemented the server-side because the filter server-side, because that would have put a lot of extra load on all of the region servers and probably reduced maximum player count for all of the areas, which also wouldn't have been ideal. So I generally don't like it. Weird shit. But yeah, no, I'm a content creator. I don't use mods. I don't want to get banned. Anyone who is a content creator who mods the game is just playing with fire. Because, like, if you stream with mods on, you can get banned. They can report the stream. And then they can just... like, reviews could report your stream, and then Square Enix can just ban you.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's also the reason why you won't see ACT anymore in like raid race POV streams. Because they just get banned during the raid race. Because Square Enix is really fed up with modders right now because of the stalking thing. I don't know if you two heard about it, but the people who made that mod are actually getting sued right now. Oh. Person I know. Hit. Oh, Fox. Hit. Hit Fox. Yes. Say hi to Twitch chat. Wait. No way.
What's happening?
But they're also streaming.
Hi.
That's funny. Beautiful. Bonjour. Ain't no way. Hold on. There's no fucking way. Bruh. Hold on. Sup? First. I just looked up the stream. I'm good. That's so funny. I'm actually about to shut down stream, so let's rate them. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Okay. That's too fun. That's perfect timing. So anyway, it's very late. I'm EP. I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you everyone for vibing with me on this lovely crafting stream. We're gonna rate the person I just ran into. Very good. So, I'm gonna see you all on Tuesday, which is going to hopefully be the last day, the last day of me using my neighbor's internet to stream.
I hope.
Hopefully. But yeah.
Hopefully.
Until then, I wish you a good night and bye-bye.